Visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Hi, everybody. Here with Jimmy Scroggins from King Ford, and we want you to come visit us today because I tell you, Ford has made it easy to buy one.
Yes, and on the 2018 F-150s, we got 0% up to 72 months, and on the Ford Fiesta 2018 model, you can buy it for $13,950.
Come by and see that and much more here at King Ford, Bob James Drive, Valley, Alabama, exit 77, right off of I-85, and find them on the web at kingautocorner.com.
Are you good with computers but don't want to work in a cubicle? Put your interest in technology to work in a hands-on setting and join the Georgia National Guard as a field artillery specialist. Field artillery specialists play a key role in the Guard, creating, maintaining, and operating computer systems that support combat troops. Guard service is part-time, so you can pursue your career or attend college full-time. You'll also receive benefits such as health care, tuition assistance, and a steady paycheck. Learn more about becoming a member of the Field Artillery Specialist in the Georgia National Guard. Visit nationalguard.com. Sponsored by the Georgia National Guard, here by the Georgia Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The Daily Birthday Club giveaway, Super Thursdays, and the Great Summertime Giveaway are all chances for you to win great prizes courtesy of Eagle 102.3. You must be 18 years or older to participate in special contests. Only one winner per household is allowed. All prizes must be picked up within 30 days of the winning date. All winners of a major Eagle 102.3 contest cannot win another major prize for 12 months. Check us out on the web at eagle1023.com for further contest rules and regulations.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 1240 AM LaGrange and W245AW 96.9 FM LaGrange.
Hey, is that a faucet running?
Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest.
It is?
Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact...
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
How do trees clean the air?
They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yep, but the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see? Every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments. It doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Sports Flash. I'm Rich Ackerman. One half of the World Series matchup has been decided. The other could be tonight as the Brewers host the Dodgers in Game 6 with L.A. looking for a return trip to the World Series, currently holding a 3-2 lead in the NLCS. The Brewers' offense has suddenly gone south, scoring 3 runs in the last 3 games. The heartbeat of that lineup is Christian Yelich. He's hitting just 150 so far for the series. However, third baseman Mike Moustakas says they could be ready to break out tonight.
We're putting good at bats together.
It's time now for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network. This game is brought to you in part by Holmes Pharmacy, Mallory Insurance, Remax agent Joel Upchurch, Wellstar West Georgia Medical, Emory Southern Orthopedics, and Kia of LaGrange. Now live to the field for Troup Tigers football.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Troup High School Tiger football right here on Eagle Sports. I'm Jack Warman. I'll be joined in a moment once he catches his breath by Mr. Greg Hicks. As we're getting ready to bring you a really important game tonight because this is senior night here at Callaway Stadium as a great crowd is amassed here already. There got a lot of folks being represented here, and the kids. Greg, I got here probably about 6:15 tonight. and it took me a while to get in the stadium. That usually doesn't take very long, but there was a line, I guess, all the way back into the end zone of just kid after kid after kid. This is an incredible senior class. The football team, of course, the band, the cheerleaders, everybody that is represented on a Friday night, they were on the field. And I guess the football team came out, did theirs, and then the band and cheerleaders, I bet went from the 10 all the way to the 10 on the field.
It did. You know, you mentioned what time you got here. As part of the Troup High Touchdown Club, we had done senior banners for the football team as well as the competition cheer and the football cheerleading team. And, we had to get out here. We hung it on the south end zone fence, and we were here at 4:45, and there were people already getting ready for senior night. And, wow. And then, of course, I was up talking to the Cedartown radio show guys, the Steve and Andrew, and I'm trying to think of the sideline guy's name, good guy. But we were chit-chatting, and of course, Chance says, Are you doing the calling tonight for senior night? And I said, well, no. I mean, I just happen to be up here, Chance. Yeah. And then, so Miss Watts comes in. The principal says, Greg, are you going to do this? I said, wait a second. So anyway, I had to help her get her mic set up. I said, I would rather you do this because that's a 30-minute process.
Yeah, it took her a while. And, she sounds a lot like choral teacher Kathy Kirby. I thought that was her as I was coming in.
Oh, that's right.
She does sound very much like her, but did a great job tonight. So just very proud of all these seniors. We'll be talking about these seniors, really highlighting them, showcasing them as we go through the evening tonight. But it's a big ball game. It's a region game tonight as we have the folks from Cedartown coming in just a little bit up the road. They're going to have probably a good crowd bringing from there. Their team that had great aspirations on the season. Season has really turned out what I think they're 4-3 if I'm not mistaken. They're not exactly what they wanted it to be as they got going into the season. But tonight they're going to come in and want to do something that a lot of people have wanted to do, and that's knock down a really should be 3-2 they are right now. But they want to come down and I'm sorry, I had it right the first time. 4-3. I had it right the first time.
They're 2-1 in the region.
But they want to come out and try to knock off a very, very powerful Troup High School team.
They do, and as I was talking to the radio guys, trying to get a feel for their team, and they actually you and I we were talking about the Cartersville game that night and how Cartersville, it was the last 3 minutes and they had an interception. Cartersville was able to intercept the ball and score late to put the game away. Otherwise, and to come back and score to beat them 21-20. And then of course we talk about Cedartown, and he said then the next week we come down and play LaGrange. And we barely escaped LaGrange 9-6.
Well, and bless their hearts, we got great friends over the LaGrange side. We have a chance to do the radio show with Coach Gibbs on Monday nights out at Johnny's Pizza. But what a heartbreaker last night, 3-2 in that ball game. A safety really the only scoring that LaGrange was able to make. But again, that defense doing a tremendous job. They've held just about everybody except for Cartersville and Troup down to under 14 points.
Well, and we, of course, this is a Troup broadcast, but I will say, and Chip Meadows and I were talking. LaGrange, Coach Gibbs got them going. They're a lot better team than.
They play hard. They play very hard.
They played hard last night, and I understand they went for fourth down late in the game, and with 4th and 4, they missed it. Sandy Creek comes back and fumbles the ball, and so LaGrange recovers and has yet another chance to at least get a score. I understand they missed a field goal early on in the game, I think on their first drive. So, hey, it's there, and I think he'll get LaGrange football team back to maybe not back to where it was 15 years ago, but certainly back and as Coach G said, back to relevancy, if you will. But in the meantime, we got 25 seniors tonight, Jack. And that's a lot. We knew coming into the season when we looked at the starting lineup on offense and defense, and we realized, wow, he better be building some depth this year because they're all gone next year.
Especially over the offensive side of the line, a lot of senior late in the line. We'll talk more about that, more about this ball game as the Troup High School Tigers will be taking on the Bulldogs of Cedartown. As you're listening right now to Eagle Sports.
Holmes Pharmacy is a place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, inside the Piggly Wiggly at Lee's Crossing, and in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. We have your flu shot ready, so come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
It is sell down time at Nissan of LaGrange. Richard Cates here, General Manager with Nissan of LaGrange, and it's time to start moving out all of our 2018 inventory to make room for the 2019s. That means the best savings of the year are taking place right now. Have you been hesitant to look because you're waiting for the perfect time? Well, now is your chance. You can visit Nissan of LaGrange on the Parkway or check us out where we are always open at nissanoflagrange.com. Visit soon to receive great pricing and the great experience our customers have come to expect. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. Rogers Barbecue in LaGrange has been locally owned since 1945, and they have daily lunch specials for only $7.29, and that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night from 5 to close is all-you-can-eat ribs, and Thursdays all-you-can-eat catfish, and with their Brundrick stew is famous throughout the region. They proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish, so dine in or use a convenient drive-through Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Graphics is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Graphics at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek's for all your sporting good needs.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Hello. Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger Football. Jack Warman, Greg Hicks live here from Callaway Stadium as the guys are on the field getting things ready. And, Greg, it's been a big week over at Troup High School. I got to take a point of privilege here and celebrate the girls volleyball team. My daughter Anna is one of the coaches there. They're going to the Sweet 16.
That's right.
In volleyball for the
Heard
state.
about that. Congratulations.
So really, really proud of them. I think
They've got to go back and play
Tuesday.
Marist, I think.
Marist on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So really, really excited for them. My daughter in her first year as a teacher at Troup High School, and also has been helping out with the coaching, so just really excited for her. Of course, very odd, she graduated from LaGrange High School, was a varsity letterman there, and now she's coaching at Troup High School. So
it happens.
Isn't that fun?
We've got several kids on the LaGrange High football team last year, according to certain reports, and they never happened this year. Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
That's Greg Hicks, Carol. Mud Creek Graphics.
I'm just messing with you, man. I want to pick it at Michael, and I appreciate him being kind. He said, I wonder what the score would have been last week if we'd had all those kids with a star on a helmet last year would play this year. It's like, I don't know of any kid at Troup High School that had it. Anyway, another
senior
story.
linebacker, King Bakuda. Let's talk about him for a second.
Yeah.
Under Armour comes down. Under Armour comes down this weekend, has a big jersey ceremony for him. Just really, really impressed by that young man. He's just on and off the field. I'm just been really proud of the way that he's continuing to grow. Got to meet him as a freshman. We were out to eat one night. He was actually hanging out with Coach G at Hunter's Pub.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
we went out there, and we walked by, and he was kind of looking at his phone. And Coach G smacked him on the arm and said, "Get up, boy. Shake this man's hand. Say hello to this young lady," to my wife. And just watched him mature and grow, and really excited about his future. And I tell you what, just what he does on the defensive side, we may not call his name on every play. Probably could point out what he does on every play, but what he does is intimidate, puts incredible pressure on quarterbacks, and bless Crawford's heart the other week against LaGrange. That young man's seeing King Bakuda in his sleep.
Well, he Coach Gibbs and I were talking Monday night, and I want to say that you even alluded to it when you were talking. His arms are so long, and he makes you go in a different direction a lot of times. You have to change your golf swing, if you will. You have to change your technique just because he's over there. No, he's not going to hit you hard like a Reuben Foster would have, but he's going to make you know that he's there, and you got to go around him and change your way.
And you're not going to block him. I mean, he's just so hard to block.
6'4",
and fast. He's got the little swim move. I've seen you. He'll spin off a guy, or he'll just run right over you.
Let's go to the Chapel Hill game. He was 4 or 5 times in a row. He just was killing the quarterback.
Yep. So we'll expect to see a lot of that tonight. Andy Boykin, Monte Hall, the two other guys that just on that defensive line, especially as we begin to move to that 3-man front and just walking a linebacker up from time to time, we really see them hitting gaps, getting in the backfield, and really just stopping up anything goes in the middle. And to have a 3-man front be able to stop the run, Greg, gives you so much more power in your secondary.
Oh, absolutely. When you can, if you notice Ogletree and Nick Ligon from their corner position, and you've got Jace Godwin from his corner, sometimes free safety position. You know, they're coming in making these tackles because they know they can, because the defensive line and linebackers are allowing them to. They're making the plays up front. They're not letting the running game, for a large part, get to that third level, so they can then sprint in and get in on some of the tackles.
You'll see it, linebackers like, say Kevin Martin, maybe a Jasavian Smith. They're actually on that first line. They're so quick getting up to the line. Our front three stopping everything, and they're just collapsing down on it and making big tackles. So, actually, it's fun tonight, Greg. As we start off, we're talking about the defense, because I think one of their goals is to be a shutdown defense. Nobody scored more than 14 points on them all season long. And some other teams have kind of put that out there that they want to be considered the best defense, and that's great. We appreciate that. Yeah. But right now, not only do we have a great defense, but we've also got state-recognized one of the best offenses in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, you're right about that. When I look, and I'm looking at the passing records right now, you got Dylan Fromm from Warden Robins that's got 2,606 yards.
Is he related to anybody?
I'm thinking so. And then you've got Max Brosner from Centennial, and you Marietta, and you got the kid from Valdosta, and then here comes Kobe Hudson.
I only think Webb's on there, but Webb from
I brought him up. He's like number 10 or 11.
Right.
But T. Webb's got 1,571 yards coming into tonight's game, and Kobe Hudson is sixth on the list with 1,990 yards. So he's just 10 yards away from 2,000 yards in a season. One that he's a dual threat quarterback, and if you go back to last 2 years with Montez Crow quarterback, and Montez was more of a pocket passer, pro style guy. He's out looking to make some plays. Kobe's not only that, he can get your pocket, or he can roll out and make throws on the run. As we saw last week against LaGrange, he rolls out to the 20, throws back across the field.
Great strength in his arm too.
I'm trying to think if it was
that was Joko, wasn't it?
Well, no, it was
Joko had the two down the line.
It was Trey
Williams.
Trey Mitchell that caught the football on the 4-yard line. He goes in, he throws it across his body, which Coach, I'm sure, got on to him when he went after you. Even though he scored a touchdown, he's not supposed to do that. And I even made a comment about way back to Rodney Hudson days when he played at LaGrange. He's got that kind of arm that he could throw it cross field against the grain, and that's the cardinal sin. You don't do that, but he did, and so that's the strength of Hudson's arm that he brings on offense, and of course our offensive line with the likes of Gabe Hubbard, who's a senior this year, Stephen Messer's a senior, J. Brody Messer's a senior, Hunter Bass is a senior, Michael Irvin is not a senior, and he on your offensive line, but the offensive line has created enormous pockets and good enough protection for Kobe to be able to get those 1,990 yards passing.
Well, also, let's look at Tyree Carlisle at Trey Williams coming out of the backfield. Joko sometimes running back there as well. We've seen them actually be a great run offensive line, too. They're busting holes. There's been some
We go back to the Sandy Creek game, opening the third quarter.
We did nothing but run.
You said they need to establish a run game, and I said, well, Coach must have heard you because they started on and had an 80-yard.
How often does that happen? My goodness gracious. I think Coach Holt has got an extra headphone that he's listening to us. Make sure. We're going to take a break. We come back, lots more to talk about as we get ready for this ball game. The Troup High School Tigers are going to be taking on the Bulldogs of Cedartown right here on Eagle Sports.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service. It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way. By teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service. Some might call that old school. But then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Hi, football fans. Jonathan Moose Map here from Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. We love this time of year with all the excitement of football, and we also love that Glenn Smith can play a part in supporting high school sports. We support the team, the coaches, the band, the cheerleaders, and of course the families and the fans. At Glenn Smith, we're proud to be your local Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer with over 500 new and used vehicles every day. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. That's Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange. We believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football live here from Callaway Stadium. Jack Moore and Greg Hicks. As we're getting things ready, we'll have the band. Actually, the band's not going to do the Star Spangled Banner tonight. Anthony Simpson, he's a former student at Troup High School. He'll be giving the national anthem. He'll be singing that from up here in the booth. So excited about that. This is Kathy Kirby, the choral director, has worked with him for years, and so she's excited about that. Was sharing that with us as well. Greg, we were talking about get ready for the ball game. Let's take a look at some of the standings right now. In our region right now, they're ranking Cartersville higher because they play more games.
Yes.
So they're 8-0 tonight. The Tigers come in 7-0. They're at Chapel Hill tonight as the Cedartown's here with us. Kind of looking down, of course, Cedartown and Chapel Hill. We just told you where they are. Last night was Sandy Creek and LaGrange. Again, a very odd game.
And that doesn't reflect their record like this. Yeah.
Very odd game last night, 3-2. Just a field goal by Sandy Creek, and then
it was a baseball game.
It came to a football game and a baseball game broke out. A snap went over the punter's head, goes out of the end zone. That becomes a 2-point safety. So you get points however you can get them, but of course the Grangers unable to come away with a win. And then now Central, who we'll see next week, I think they're going to bye tonight. What's disappointing to me, and you can't have, that's just the way schedules go, is that Cartersville is actually going to have a open week the week before they play us. So you want to talk about scouting and getting everything ready? They're definitely going to have it ready for us.
Oh yeah, and we've got to go to Cartersville, and even though they're very accommodating,
give me some barbecue up there.
That's what I was going to say. Even though they're very accommodating, they know what's at stake as well, and they know that if we get by tonight's game and we get by next week's game at Central, that this is all for the region championship in Cartersville in 2 weeks if we can do that.
Well, and we don't mean to look ahead. Coach would be killing us if we did that. So we'll talk more about this game. We'll focus on this game with the Cedartown Bulldogs when we come back. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just 4 walls and 4 wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve?
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr, on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Hi, football fans. Jonathan Moose Map here from Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. We love this time of year with all the excitement of football, and we also love that Glenn Smith can play a part in supporting high school sports. We support the team, the coaches, the band, the cheerleaders, and of course the families and the fans. At Glenn Smith, we're proud to be your local Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer with over 500 new and used vehicles every day. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. That's Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Have you gotten your flu shot? Now's the time. Holmes Pharmacy is a place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, inside the Piggly Wiggly at Lee's Crossing, and in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. We have your flu shot ready, so come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
And the rockets were clear, the pumps bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sing does that star-spangled
That is Troup High School graduate Anthony Simpson giving us our national anthem. Very proud of that young man. Has faced some trials and tribulations in his life, has overcome them, and to have a chance to bring our national anthem to us here at Callaway Stadium is just a blessing, and just really excited about that for that young man. Lots of different polls out there across the state of Georgia, the Atlanta Journal, GPB, Max Preps. Let's take a look at some of those. Just take a look at the average of those. Right now they have Blessed Trinity at 7-0. They're ranked number 1 in the state. Mary Persons is ranked number 2. But then you come down to the big ball game that will happen at the end of this season. Troup High School in Cartersville. Troup is actually at 3 right now. Cartersville tied for 4th with St. Pius, who put the Tigers out of the playoffs last year. Then it goes into Marist, Eastside, Flowery Branch, Burke County, Sandy Creek, who had a difficult time with LaGrange last night. Ridgeland, who the Tigers defeated in the first game of the season, and then Cairo rounds out the top 12 in Class Quad A. So it's really interesting to see at least 3 teams already from our region listed there in the top 12 in the state. We call it the SEC of high school football very often because it's very much like that. They're just an awesome group of guys. But tonight we mentioned that we really want to focus on this ball game as the Cedartown Bulldogs come in tonight. And their team really that wants to do a lot of different things on offense. They got a running back in Tony Mathis. He's actually committed to West Virginia. He's going to really try to run the ball down our throats. They've also got a really nice quarterback in Taj Hudson. Hudson actually will play a little bit of free safety as well. He's just a junior, 6'3", 170. I hear you, Greg. 6'3", 170, and he's a guy that can run out of the backfield as well. And he's got a pretty good arm. I was watching a little film of him over the week, and it looked pretty impressive. I can hear you, Greg. You tapped your mic, but can you hear me? He's waving around like he's an air traffic controller, so I don't know. He's looking down at his radio. We'll hopefully get to Greg in just a second. You got his mic up just in case he does start to talk to us. All right. We'll continue to work on that and try to get Greg up and running in just a moment. Of course, as we mentioned a moment ago, if Troup wins today, it'll finish no lower than 2nd in the region, meaning it will be at home for the first round of the Class Quad A playoffs. So that's a really exciting thing for us as well, that we don't have to travel in that first round. Of course, the top 2 teams in the region get to stay and play a home game. So one way or the other, we're hoping to get a big win tonight.
Yeah, when I get it working.
We can hear you, Greg. Your microphone's on. But your microphone is on, just to make sure you know he can't hear me. But we'll try to get it worked out in just a second. All right, with the bands out there on the field, we're about to bring the captains on as well. Let's step away. We'll get you to listen to some of our sponsors once again. When we come back, we'll have the coin toss, and we'll have kickoff live here from Callaway Stadium on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows. No matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is the place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, inside the Piggly Wiggly at Lee's Crossing, and in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. We have your flu shot ready, so come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. We're still working to get all of Greg's technology locked in. The Tigers tonight will be in their home whites on the white top with the yellow pants. Check that. They're in their dark jerseys. They're navy tops with the gold numbers. Cedartown was warming up in all white tonight. So we'll check out those Bulldogs in just a few moments. Again, tonight we've been so impressed by the offense all season long. You got some great receivers in Jamari Thrash, Joko Willis, who really had a standout ball game last week. Jatavian Smith has caught up several balls for us. But tonight, I'm really looking to see this defense do some amazing things for tonight. Alonzo Ogletree, he's had several interceptions on the season. Love to see him do that again. Tyree Carlisle kind of playing both ways, getting in the backfield, of course, on the offense, and then you'll see him in the backfield a lot of times on the defensive side as well. So really excited to see him, especially with a running game coming from Cedartown with a kid like Mathis. We mentioned Greg just a moment ago. He's committed to West Virginia, so we're looking for our defense to do a good job of putting a little stop on him too.
Right. And of course I would love to be down on the field for the coin toss, and if we get me hooked up, we will. But 4 minutes and 54 seconds left before we actually kick this ball off. So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties with my sideline mic, so I won't be able to make it down probably. But, Cedartown, talented team, a scary team, And when you think about, again, what they did with Cartersville a few weeks back, they actually had the ball game. It was like 21-13, and they missed an extra point. It was 20-13. They 20-14. They'd actually missed an extra point earlier in the ball game. So in theory, that ball game could have gone in overtime with 21-21. Who knows?
But you never know what's going to happen. But again, you see them come up against a good defense like LaGrange has. 9-6 was the score in that ball game.
Yeah.
But I look back, they haven't let a lot of folks score a lot of points on them. Rockmart, they lost that ball game to start the season. Only 20 points scored on them that night. They got a win against Alexander out of Douglasville.
And the Rockmart game was a final second Hail Mary type touchdown for Rockmart to win.
Bremen, they lost that ball game to Bremen 13-6. But again, they only let them score 13. But it really wasn't until they took on Dalton. That was a big win for them, 55-7. But you never know what you're going to get with them some nights. Against Central last week, they had a big ball game. 48-17 was the win they had in that ball game. So that was pretty huge for them. Allowing 17, but probably those were just yuck points at the end of a ball game.
Right.
When you're up at a score like that, like 48-17, probably they were running the clock in that second half.
Hey, for the captains tonight, we've got 24 senior King Makuta, 67 senior Gabe Hubbard, number 8 senior Joko Willis, and number 2 junior Kobe Hudson.
Isn't that nice to say, junior Kobe Hudson?
It is. It does. It makes you feel just a little bit better. And we've got some wideouts that'll be back, some skilled people to come back. Where we're going to have the challenge is getting them replaced in the interior and the defensive line and the offensive line for sure.
All right, let's go down to the field for the coin toss.
Gentlemen, we expect you to take a jump here.
That really wasn't there.
That'll work. That'll work.
This is heads, this is tails, and we'll throw it up there, and we'll see what you get.
And you know what's funny? Being down there next to the kids, and I think I've shared this with you guys before, a lot of times they're just real loose, and they shake each other's hands, and they have different coins, it seems like. And they flipped a coin the other day the size of a saucer. So the Tigers actually won the toss, and they've elected to defer to the second half, and they'll defend the south end zone, which is the end zone, with the scoreboard in it. I got my geography right tonight.
Hey, you did. Always call that the mill side, auditorium side and the mill side.
That's probably better that way.
Well, it helps me to understand where we are. All right, now that you've heard from Greg, we've won the toss, defer to the second half. That means the defense will be on the field and Cedartown will have the ball to start off things. The band's going to play. We're going to get ready. When we come back, we've got kickoff live here from Callaway Stadium on Eagle Sports.
A Southern tradition since 1945, that's Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House. You can find them at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So when you're ready for lunch, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., come to Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for meat, 2 vegetables, and a bread, dessert, and drink for only $7.29. That's a big lunch for a small price. So when you're ready for a delicious barbecue and only U.S. farm-raised catfish, make your way to 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange for Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for a great meal.
Hey folks, T-O-double-D, Todd Parrish here with Kia LaGrange. This October we're going pink for breast cancer awareness. For each new car sold, we'll be donating a portion of our sales to Hope for a Day. This month's featured vehicle is a 2019 Kia Forte FE 6-speed. And yep, it's a rule breaker, a lip pusher. It's style and value rolled into fun. Drive out in yours today for only $15,988. Shop our complete inventory at any time online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support the local economy.
Stop number 110922. Price plus tax, tag, and title. See Kia of LaGrange for complete details.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Mormon, Greg Hicks. I got Luke behind me, keeping everything running, and we're ready to get ready for kickoff. The Cedartown Bulldogs, they got the red trim on their gray pants, white tops. They'll be on the right side, going right to left on your radio dial if you're taking a look at that. Helson Martinez out on the field to spot the ball. He'll be kicking right at the center of the field on the 40-yard line. Again, great crowd here tonight. One of the things that Coach Glisson had asked everybody to kind of do for them tonight is to turn out for these seniors. This is their last home game that they'll have in a regular season. But the exciting thing is we have every opportunity, if they continue to win out, to have a home ball game in the first round of the playoffs. And, hey, if we can continue to win, maybe 2 ball games here at home. And we just don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But that's an exciting thing to look ahead at. Playoff football is still to come for the Troup High School Tigers. Ball again, as we mentioned, rests there on the 40-yard line. As you hear Greg greeting all of the fans as he goes down the sides. Hello, dude. That's not me making fun of him. That's just him. Martinez checks his line. Waits for the whistle. Steps up. There's the kick. Medium height. Going to be taken about the 15-yard line. Across the middle of the field to the 20. A nice seam for him to the 30. Dragged down from behind at the 36-yard line. Actually, they're going to get him all the way to the 38. So a good return for Cedartown. A little breakdown on our return team.
And they'll start this game off at the 40-yard line. Good return from the 11 all the way out to the 40. And I'm going to continue to work on my receiver, by the way, because there's a ton of static. I just can barely hear you.
Well, it's much like, Greg, just you talking on most nights, just kind of a lot of static, but we continue to listen to you.
Whatever.
Love you, buddy. All right. Hudson, the quarterback. I must be saying that for both sides. He stands in there for the shotgun, turns, going to hand the ball off in the line, and he's shut down. The Tiger up front, offensive line, doing a great job. Actually, never goes down, but he never got past there. The ball was handed off to number 4, Tony Mathis, and he stopped for no gain.
I tell you what, you've got Montavious Hall, King Makuta, and Khalif Thornton, along with Jatavian Smith, all in the middle. And, of course, Nick Ligon from his free safety position, he was the last one to come out of the pile. So, Tigers all over that when it'll go as no gain.
They will throw the ball from time to time, so you won't see 7 to 8 men in the box, but you will see them walk up a little bit. Right now we go with 6 men on the front line. Just a 2 linebacker, and then they're going to walk up with another linebacker, so we've just got one there in the middle. So they're looking to run all the way on this play. Hudson going to back up to pass. Throws it, just a crossing pattern with the slot receiver to the 45. He's going to make the catch, but only a 5-yard gain.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. That quarterback has got a rifle for an arm. Now, he threw it on the inside slant pattern. A slot guy was coming right in front of the linebackers. But, man, he threw it right at his ankle where only he can make that catch. So it'll be 3rd down and 5.
So Taj Hudson, quarterback for Cedartown, stands about the 40, waits for the snap. Tries to get us drawn off, looks back to the side. Line still down, steps up, changes the play. Martin, the tailback behind him, puts a man in motion from the far side. There's the snap. Hand off to the tailback. Tailback's going to come around, going to get hit short of the first down, and more than likely they're going to punt the ball away as he only got to the 48.
Sophomore Jace Godwin from his corner position turned it back inside to help to allow Khalif Thornton and King Makuta and Devin Hill to bring him down. They're going to actually a better spot for the Tigers. I thought it was more like it'd be 4th and a yard. It's going to be more like 4th down and 3, Jack.
Yeah, I had him at the 48. They've got him back at the 47. So they'll punt the ball away. Right now we have nobody back because they're looking. They must have seen something in the film that they'll run a fake from time to time.
Either that or he's not a very good punter if he does punt it.
Waiting on it. There's the snap. There's the kick. High, short kick. You're right, Greg. Not much on that. And it takes a good roll for Cedartown. All the way down inside the 5-yard line. So good job by the Bulldogs of Cedartown to get a good punt away. Let's go and take 30 seconds back to the station and listen to Troup High School Tiger football on Eagle Sports.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's a step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob of Church have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob of Church at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back. First play from scrimmage is Trey Williams going around the left side. He'll pick up about 6 yards, so 2nd and 4. Tigers right back up to the line of scrimmage. 2 men wide to this near side. Hudson will stand there. He's got 2 men in the backfield with him. We'll cross in the backfield. They'll hand off to the left side. Only get about another yard out of that one, but let's see where he marks it. That might be close to a first down.
There's also a flag on the play. They got a pink flag they threw across.
Yeah, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All right, so a first down for the Tigers as it could be a penalty, hands to the face against Cedartown. So out of the hole quickly are the Tigers. They were all the way down inside the 5 at the 4. Now we'll have first down back up about the 17-yard line. So here they come back up to the line of scrimmage. A little bit different setup, kind of a straight T in the backfield. Hudson's going to keep it, go up the middle. They'll tackle him after about a yard gain. But fun to see the Tigers with
you had
something new.
Stephen Messer along with Michael Irvin really doing both pulled toward the Troup High sidelines really as decoys, and Hudson takes it really on a counter, takes it back up the middle.
I've got the coaches over here beside us, and they were yelling, sweep, sweep. But instead we run right up the middle. So 2nd down now. Kobe stands in there, calls for it, turns, hands the ball off. We're staying with the running game. And good job by Cedartown with the initial lick. In fact, they're going to hit him behind the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down at about 12.
Well, we haven't attempted a pass yet. So maybe the Tigers are trying to set up the running game to set up the pass, if you will.
They'll look to the sideline, get the call from the coaching staff. Tigers again, a little bit different. Jarrell Smith standing in the backfield. Actually, now he'll go out wide to the left side. So to the left of Hudson is Williams. And we got a little bit of a movement at the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's going to be a bit.
We'll pick up 5, and that'll be defensive encroachment. So instead of 3rd and 12, it should be 3rd and 7.
Hey, we'll take everything we can get at this point right now. All right, here they come. 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. Hudson calls for it, fakes the handoff, going to sling it out to the outside, complete, and up the field. Going to be just short of the first down from where I'm sitting.
Tried a little bubble screener for the wideout, and he was able to catch it. Threw it a little high for him as well, but he was able to pick his way up a field of about 5 yards, but it's going to be short, 4th and 1.
All right, so let's see what they're going to do here. They bring out the punt team. And this is unusual, Greg. We don't usually see a punt in the first quarter from the Tigers.
It's certainly been a long time, and I think back to the Ridgeland game, the first game of the year.
I think you may be right. There's the snap. Step up and get the punt away. Got good distance. A fair catch called for. Back at about the 44. 30 seconds back to the station. No score here in the first quarter.
So there'll be a flag on Joko Willis as he just too close to the receiver. And so I don't know if that's a 5 or 10-yard penalty, but we'll see in just a second.
All right, let's go take that 30. Actually, we'll keep it here. And we'll see kind of what they call in that penalty. Block, actually, it's a block in the back against Cedartown is where that flag is going to go.
I was wrong. Evidently, when Joko came flying next to it, he was being blocked next to the receiver.
Yep, got blocked into him. And that shows you how observant I am. I thought that was Joko kicking the ball because he has punted the ball a few times earlier in the season. So now they'll spot it back at the 34. So a nice little turn of events for the Tigers. So Todd Hudson, the quarterback for Cedartown, will stand back in there. He'll check his line. He'll put two receivers to the right side with a wing to the right. Single back in the backfield, just offset to him. Turns, hands it off to Martin. Martin fighting his way to near the 40-yard line. It's about a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. So really Mathis, excuse me, I get that name right, not Martin. He'll stand in there. Again, we mentioned about the game, about a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Clock ticks down to about, let's see, 6:42. No score in this ball game. Troup High School Tigers against the Cedartown Bulldogs in this Region 5 Quad A matchup. So now Todd Hudson, the quarterback, stands in there once again. He'll hand the ball off to his running back, who's going to make one guy miss, and then he'll finally get down to, actually he's going to lose a little yardage there. Good job of the Tigers getting into that backfield.
Yeah, I'm just down here talking to the famous Mark Davis. He's used to be a coach here at Troup County and on the radio with us years ago, but he said, yeah, Tommy was having trouble with the sideline mic last night too. So however we had the antenna set up last night, it's the same way tonight, and it's giving us problems again tonight. Just a FYI.
We'll continue to work on that, see if we can make that a little bit better.
I got my hand up in the air.
I thought you were just waving it around like you just don't care.
No. No, that's the only way I can get the mic to come in.
Hudson backs up to pass, looking, throws it. And it is caught, but short, very short. And it's going to be advanced up to about the 42. It'll bring up 4th down for Cedartown. 4th down for Cedartown. 5:27 left to go in the first. No score. And Cedartown will have to punt the ball away. Let's see if we drop anybody back in coverage this time. Right now, I see Tyree Carlisle back deep. He's not more just as a safety. Actually, they're going to go for it here, Greg. They're not going to line up for the punt.
Well, watch for the attempted to draw the Tigers offside. They've been pretty disciplined all year long at not taking that encroachment. So they're looking to the sideline, so they're going to call a timeout.
Yep, that's what they're trying to do, draw us off. Did not work. They take a timeout on the field. No score in this one. We take a timeout as well. 60 seconds back to the station right here on Eagle Sports.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Hey folks, TLDD, Todd Parrish here with Keeler Grange. This October we're going pink for breast cancer awareness. For each new car sold, we'll be donating a portion of our sales to Hope for a Day. This month's featured vehicle is a 2019 Kia Forte FE6 Speed. And yep, it's a rule breaker, a limit pusher. It's style and value rolled into fun. Drive out in yours today for only $15,988. Shop our complete inventory at any time online at KeelerGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Stock number 110922. Price plus tax, tag, and title. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
Welcome back as the Tiger they went on the field and they came back off. Greg, did they call another timeout? Couldn't really tell there. We're working to get Greg's radio working a little bit better.
You know, evidently Coach G saw something that had the looks like a jet sweep, or at least a man in motion. So who knows what he saw, but he decided, you know what, I probably need to burn one of my timeouts as well. Let's think about this. It's a key game. It just shows you we're using our timeouts, and we're only 5 minutes left in the first quarter. So it's important to make the right decisions, at least using the timeouts to the best of your ability.
Especially early, I think you're right. Early in the ball game, we don't want to give them a chance of getting into this ball game. So now here come the Cedartown Bulldogs. They'll line up to punt the ball. And we'll watch to see how they do that. Number 2 for them is back there. Kobe Pryor is going to punt the ball. He does punt the ball away. And a fair catch called for back at the – actually, he loses it. I thought he tried to call a fair catch, but instead he caught it and then dropped it.
He did, and evidently there wasn't a flag or a whistle blown. So what that happens is, evidently, if you fumble it or muff it and you pick it back up, you can then advance it. But he did call for a fair catch.
It wasn't much of an advance. So the Tigers are going to get it better field position than last time. It'll be on around the 20. So Cedartown, you know, their special teams doing well, and they've been able to hold this Tiger offense. Not a really real big place against the Tigers tonight. So here they come. Again, different setup in the backfield. Usually you'll see Kobe alone back there with either Tyree or Trey, and you've got both of them back there in the backfield with him on his left and his right. Kind of like a little T there. And the handoff's going to go to, actually fakes the handoff. Kobe's going to keep it up the middle and going to get close to a first down on the first play.
Yeah, it was just right up the middle and good blocks by the wideouts. And, you know, one of the things that you've got I would say a pro set backfield is that you're giving the Cedartown Bulldogs something that they haven't seen. Luke Purnell from his tight end position just then was 15 yards downfield doing a really good job blocking. So a little bit different scheme tonight for the Tigers.
First down for the Tigers. Hudson calls for it. He's going to fake the pass. They almost get him down. Throws it, just kind of slings it out there. Going to get about 2 or 3 yards. Dangerous little pass, but still complete and a couple of yards up the field.
Well, heck of an athletic effort by Hudson just to get away from the defender.
Three different guys had him in the grass.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he sees Joko just sitting out there as one of his checkoff positions. Unfortunately, it was only about a 3-yard gain, and a lot of Bulldogs were around Joko when he caught that football.
So back to the T in the backfield. There's a snap. A good rush by Cedartown. Thrown way down the field. And going to have some interference down there against Cedartown.
It'll be interesting because Joko was heading down, and the ball was about 10 yards out in front of Joko, and Joko kind of pushed on the defender, and then he held his hands up like he's impeding my progress. And, you know, the side judge was running down the field. He looks back. I don't know, man. He could go offense as well, so let's just see what he calls. No score in the game, 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in this first quarter of play. So far, it's been kind of a cat and mouse game, Jack.
Let's see what they got. Here comes the white hat. Pass interference on the defense, so that'll be another first down for the Tigers. They'll move the ball down near the 45-yard line.
That's the first time we've tried to go deep, and I'm standing on the 35-yard line, and the interference happened on the 35-yard line. The ball was thrown. It was probably landed at about the 27, 28-yard line, so a little bit of impeding his progress. Joko might have caught that football. He was double coverage, by the way.
Well, he had a breakout game last week, Greg. You know, he caught several big balls. So we're going to have some offsides against. They had a stunt coming in. Cedartown was trying to blitz.
Yeah, their small little Will linebacker, number 5. He had kind of walked around trying to sneak in a little early, and that'll be encroachment. So instead of 1st and 10, it'll be 1st and 5. Hopefully, with 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go in this first quarter, the Tigers kind of got a little march going on. It started on the 20-yard line.
They'll wind the clock. Starts moving in. As Greg mentioned, about 3:27 left to go. No score in this ball game. Here comes Hudson and the offense. He'll clap and call for it. Back up to pass. Just swing it out to Williams. Trey Williams going to get knocked out of bounds. Wow, a big hit. And there's a flag on it.
Well,
because it was a shot after he's out of bounds, Greg.
Number 2, the linebacker, one of the linebackers for Cedartown,
Kobe Pryor.
It just come in off the side, and he really just, I mean, it's not like he put a hand on him, but he gave him a tremendous shove with the upper chest, and it was out of bounds. It really didn't need to touch him, and that's where that 15 yards is coming from. And, of course, he's playing like there's no way they should have been called on that, but, yeah, he should have been called on it. So that'll move the ball down to the 25-yard line of the Bulldogs.
So the Tigers drive, coming on down the field. I hear the coaches from the other team, they felt that he was in bounds, but I was looking through the, actually we're going to jump off sides that time.
Well, so we're going to net 10 yards on that move, if you will. So we got a 15-yard personal foul, and now we've got a motion. One of our offensive linemen, unfortunately, Stephen Messer, jumped a tad too soon. So instead of 1st and 10, it'll be 1st and 15 from the 30-yard line.
Things look a little bit more normal now. Trips to the left, single back in the backfield beside Hudson. Call for it. Hudson's got a man in his face. He makes 2 men miss, and now he's going to be sacked back at about the 38-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark it to 37. So Cedartown, with a really fast blitz, comes in that time.
Well, we've seen it on this series here in that, we had an offsides earlier, an encroachment by Cedartown because they were trying that quick blitz. So that it looks like that'll be their defensive game plan, is that they're going to try to just blitz. Now, you remember, though, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Yeah. So eventually that may catch up to them. At least we hope if they continue to do that, the Tigers will adjust and make something out of it.
2 men wide to the left. Hudson going to swing it out to the left side to the 40. And Carlisle's going to get hit. Good defense again by Cedartown. They get us just as we come out of the backfield. So it's going to be 3rd down and a whole bunch, maybe about, 23?
Yeah, we talked about these Cedartown Bulldogs being a tough bunch. They're flying all over the place. They don't really have a bunch of just heavyweights, if you will. They've got a bunch of 170 to 190 pounders out there on defense. But, man, they're quick and they're flying all over the place. And like we said in pregame, they'd love nothing more than to come down here and upset these Troup Tigers. But so far we've got to make some adjustments where we were moving the football. Now we've gone backwards 3 plays in a row.
You're exactly right, Greg. So here comes Kobe. Takes the snap. Going to angle it out. He's got a man back around the 10. Thrown up there. And it's going to be caught down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. No, intercepted. I'm sorry. Intercepted by Cedartown. He was called by somebody, just not us.
So Jamari Thrash actually had to beat on him. The pass was slightly underthrown, and so number 6 turns around, intercepts it, but he intercepts it on the 4-yard line is where they're going to spot it. Actually, they're going to spot it on the 2-yard line. One of those things that if you had it back, you might have just batted the ball down. But, hey, at least at Cedartown football, they've just got to go 98 yards to pay dirt.
It's number 6 of Cedartown. Glad you were down there, Greg. A little bit tough for me to see from my vantage point. We're still working on getting that antenna a little bit better for you. So Cedartown with their backs against the wall now. Ball resting, as Greg said, on the 2-yard line. Hudson stands in the end zone, puts the man in motion for the backside. He's going to run it himself right up the middle, right in the middle of our line. Gained of about 1, 2nd and 9.
They'll gain 1. You're right in the middle of the line. It's going to be – this is where the Tigers have got to really get tough and keep them 3 and out. They don't need Cedartown to get any momentum. The Tigers need to get the ball back and see if they can put some points on the board themselves. So it's getting close here. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the first quarter of play. No score.
When was the last time we went a quarter without scoring, Greg?
This could be one of those games. It's kind of like last night. Sandy Creek and LaGrange, 3-2. I don't want to say that for right now, but right now it looks kind of sluggish.
Let's go get that 2 right now. Let's get them in the end zone. They throw the ball way down the field at around the 40-yard line. Good coverage. They got a fast receiver out there. Falls incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, they're going to actually, I believe the side judge, the back judge, has called pass interference on the Tigers, and they've been listening to the Cedartown coaches. Kind of what happened over here a while ago when Joko pushed. So that's going to be about a 10, 15-yard.
That'll be a 15-yard.
It's not going to be a spot foul, but it's going to be should be a 10 or 15-yard penalty. Should move the ball out to about the 18 or 19-yard line.
So I think you're exactly right, Greg. So there'll be a penalty against the Tigers. Only their 2nd tonight. About 5 called against Cedartown so far. So the ball moved out just shy of the 20. 1st and 10 from there.
We certainly don't need to give the Bulldogs any more opportunities.
They'll put a man in motion. Hand the ball off to that man going around the right side. They're going to string him out. He'll walk out of bounds. And they're wanting a flag just like from the other side, as they felt it was a late hit, and the flag does fly. Or did it fall out of his
Actually,
pocket?
they got about 2 of them, Jack. They it looked like paint rain out of the sky.
So that's 2 penalties for the Tigers. It's very similar, very reminiscent. A pass interference call, then a late hit out of bounds. So that's 2 right there. And give Cedartown the ball all the way up to the 40.
Similar to what we had earlier is making gains on penalties. That's what Cedartown's doing now. 2 plays in a row, big gains from penalties.
No score so far in the ball game. We're late in the first quarter, 54 seconds left to go in it. But as we mentioned, no score. Both teams have moved the ball well, but an interception for the Tigers and punts and punts and punts for Cedartown. The quarterback running right up the middle. He'll go across the 40-yard line, get about 2, 2nd and 8.
Big Royce White on the tackle. What a nice job he did on the interior line.
They're only going to spot him a yard, so 2nd and 9. Clock continues to tick. We may get this off. 27 seconds. Now they're back up the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of urgency on the part of Cedartown. They're kind of taking their time. They'll put twins out here. Zach Frazier, the man widest out here. Put a man in motion. We'll counter, and we're going to tack him in the backfield. All over that. It's going to be a loss.
Big Devin Hill grabbed on the sidelines at the line of scrimmage. He just absolutely would not let him go, and that'll change the momentum a little bit. That'll go 3rd down and about 12 as we end the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter right here, as the Tigers have not scored and the Bulldogs have not scored. It's 0-0 right here on Eagle Sports.
Hey folks, TLDD, Todd Parrish here with Kia LaGrange. This October we're going pink for breast cancer awareness. For each new car sold, we'll be donating a portion of our sales to Hope for a Day. This month's featured vehicle is a 2019 Kia Forte FE60. And yep, it's a rule breaker, a limit pusher. It's style and value rolled into fun. Drive out in yours today for only $15,988. Shop our complete inventory at any time online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Stock number 110922. Price plus tax, tag, and title. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. We're going to the second quarter of play. Cedartown has the ball. They're on a drive here. Started back at about the 2-yard line. They've got the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. There's no score in this one. Excuse me, up to the 38. No score in this ball game. Uncharacteristic of the Tigers. They have not scored. Cedartown has punted the ball twice in their 3rd series right now. They have the ball and they're driving. You hear the bands in the background as they're getting their teams fired up. Again, a little bit different defensive front for the Tigers, too. A lot of running on the part of Cedartown. And right now they've got 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 3rd down. Hudson backs up to pass. Got a lot of pressure, a little screen pass right in front of him. We read it out great. Tackle at the 32. There'll be another loss, and it'll be 4th down and about 18 to go for Cedartown. $11:41 left to go in the first half of play. No score in this one so far, but now Cedartown will have to punt the ball. And this time we're going to put back big number 12, Jamari Thrash, as we'll see if he can get a return out of this one. They have not really been long punts. They've been high.
You know, he bobbled the last one.
Yeah, it was a little trouble with that one. It fell through him. Waiting for it. There's the snap. He gets the kickoff. Low. Bounces up. Jamari's going to pick it up on a run at the 40. 45, 50, 45, cuts back in the middle of the field. What a great move. He's at the 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Tigers.
There'll be a flag on the play back here at the 38-yard line, way in the center of the field, so I got to assume it was a block in the back, but what a tremendous run. He picks the ball up on the bounce, heads to the Troup sidelines between the numbers and the sideline. He cuts it back inside and busts wide open. So they're going to call holding on the Tigers. They're going to bring that one back, guys.
Wow. You know, when you think about big plays, Greg, it's a shame that we're looking almost every time for flags. How often have we seen all season long on a return, on a big pass play, something like this happens and it comes right back?
You know, you're right, Jack. This game is kind of taking on a mind of its own, kind of a similar to the game we had earlier this year. But, man, the flags are just flying. And, of course, you know, we're all looking at the runner. I didn't see back in midfield what was happening, but they said it was holding. It'll be interesting to see. But, hey, you know, one of the things the Tigers got to do, they just got to get the offense rolling, whether it be a ground game, intermediate passing game. So far, the two long passes we've attempted have one's been intercepted and one was a pass interference. The short passing within 5 yards really is not netting us much, so the Tigers really got to get something done offensively.
So instead of having a touchdown, we're back at our own 27. Hudson's going to keep it, run up the middle of the field, and I tell you what, now these Bulldogs can tackle. Maybe better than some other Bulldogs we've seen.
Yeah, you ought to be ashamed. You know, I told you, they're a bunch of 170 to 190-pound kids, but they might have a guy that's 200 out here. But, man, they're flying all over the field. So you know why they played Cartersville to a 20 to 14 game late in the game.
Yep. Twins left and right. Hudson back to pass. Not a lot of time. It throws a short pass, and they're going to call it complete. Just short of the first down.
That's going to be close. Okay. Yep. So it'll be 3rd down and 1. Wow.
So an interception and a callback touchdown. And the Tigers, though, trying to get this offense going. Hudson calls for it. Going to quickly hand off the ball. Going to get the first down across the 40-yard line. That's exactly what we needed. Williams, the ball carrier, is going to get the first down at we'll call it the 41-yard line. Time ticks down to 9:55.
Trey Williams will follow Stephen Messer and Gabe Hubbard up to pick up about 4 yards. That'll move the chains. The ball will be sitting right at the 41-yard line. They're really on the 40-yard line.
No score in this ball game. Hard to believe I'm saying that in a Troup High School ball game this year. Handoff into the line. Good blocking ahead of Tyree Carlisle, who's going to get the ball carrier. Going to be the ball carrier that time. About 7 yards up the field. I tell you what, we want to talk about ball control. Let's just do that every play, and we can get this thing on in the end zone.
Well, Trey Williams took the handoff from Hudson, moved to the left side behind J. Brody Messer, then cuts it back over toward Colby Harry and picks up about 7 yards. So good job from the Tigers offense that time.
Hudson will take it back up to pass. Got some guys in his face, rolls to his right, looking downfield, spins, and he'll go out of bounds over on the far side, right about the line of scrimmage.
There'll be a flag on the play, Jack, and it'll be holding against the Tigers.
So yet another penalty.
And I'm looking up on the replay, and I can't tell who's doing it. That'll back the ball up to about the 30. Yep, it'll be placed on the 30-yard line.
So just trying to protect Kobe as he rolled to his right. So the Tigers down. 2nd down again, but 2nd and 20. Tigers discussing this, getting it ready.
You know,
Carlisle will stand in the backfield along with Hudson, just to his right. Twins left and right. Hudson claps for it, calls for it. He's going to step up into the pocket and run the ball. He gets 10 of them back, about 12 of them back really fast. And, man, he punished a couple of Bulldogs as he got across the 40.
You know, they moved it from the 25-yard line all the way out to about the 45-yard. That's a 20-yard gain.
Yeah.
So it'd be a 3rd down and about 5 for the Tigers now.
Just a big run by Kobe. And just he backs up as if to pass, then runs right into his pocket. And down the field he goes. Something that's, again, a wrinkle that you get with a Kobe.
Schweitzer and putting him in at quarterback right now. Hudson comes out of the game for a slight break.
Schweitzer looks back to the line. And that's going to be called, a timeout's going to be called by the Tigers as they check on that. While they take a timeout, we take one as well. 7:56 left to go in this first half of play. No score. This is Troup High School Tiger football on Eagle Sports.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Troup High School Tiger football. No score right now in this ball game. 7:56 left to go in the first half, as the Tigers make their way back to the line of scrimmage. I tell you what, we knew that this was a strong team. I mean, the record doesn't show that they're quite as good as some others, but they held Cartersville to only a 21-20 in that ball game. Hudson's going to get the call, try to get to the outside. Stutter steps. Actually, that's going to be Carlisle with the ball. And he won't get the first down there.
Carlisle lined him up at the Wildcat position, and he's able to pick up maybe a yard. Ran 50 yards to get a yard, Jack.
So another fourth down for the Tigers. And again,
we don't know if they're going to try to fake the punt, draw them off sides, or if they actually got a play they're going to run. Let's see.
It'll be one of those three. All right, right now Hudson's lining up in his kind of the formation we saw earlier in the ball game, and Hudson's going to run it himself up the middle of the field, and I think he's going to be stopped. Yep, they're going to mark it.
It'll be the Bulldogs' ball. We've just been really struggling. You know, if you think really about our passing game, it's non-existent tonight. Like I said, we've made a couple attempts down to go vertical. One was a pass interference, one was an interception, and the few that we've thrown inside a 5-yard line, 5 yardage from the line of scrimmage, really haven't done a whole lot for us.
Well, right now they're setting the pace. The Bulldogs are kind of getting us out of our rhythm. Kobe has not had a chance to really set up to throw, to kind of look down the field. He's had to go to the first option every time. Has not been able to check down on any receivers. So here come the Cedartown Bulldogs.
This is certainly times of the year, Jack, times of the game that we would say gut check. And what an appropriate time on senior night to have these seniors say, hey, guys, let's step up and be leaders and get these Tigers rolling like they're supposed to be.
Well, let's maybe the defense score a little bit. Mathis, the ball carrier, he's going to get to the end zone on this one. One play, and he goes to the end zone. Just a dive on the left side, and he'll go all the way from the 48 in for the touchdown.
So that was about a 52-yard run, and we look back as a wake-up call. We had a similar situation about 3 weeks ago at Sandy Creek where we went down 7, and that's the first time we'd been down all year at Sandy Creek. We came back and scored 35 unanswered points. Somehow it looks like the Cedartown Bulldogs are playing a little bit more aggressive than Sandy Creek Patriots were 3 weeks ago, so the Tigers got to rethink this a little bit, but maybe this is a wake-up call.
Snap, hold, kick is up, and the kick is good. No, was it no good, Greg? I couldn't see it. I don't think it went through. It did not.
They were struggling with their kicking.
So 6-0 is the score.
Yeah, earlier in warm-up.
30 seconds back to the station. Cedartown has taken the lead right here on Eagle Sports.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service. It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service. Some might call that old school. But then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back as the Tigers getting a true test for the Cedartown Bulldogs tonight. 0-6. Cedartown leading right now after a big 48-yard touchdown run by their really talented tailback Tony Mathis. Once he cleared the linebacker line, he was gone. We just weren't able to get to him. And we were playing 6
and really
on
nobody
line
could
too.
catch him. Banderas Dix had a beat on him that just could not catch up with him. So that kid's pretty fast.
So let's see if we can get a good return out of this one. There's the kick. High, short kick. Fair catch called for at about the 25-yard line.
It looks like Trey Williams will take a fair catch at about the 25-yard line. He had an opportunity to run it. You'd think with a running back, unless the coach has instructed him to, He had plenty of opportunity to catch the football and actually make some positive yardage out of it.
It was kicked awful high, though, giving a little time for those guys to get down on top of him. The fact that he, if I was out there, the fact that I caught the ball, I'd be just super happy about. So now here come the Tigers. They're down by 6 points. A missed extra point puts it at 6-0. Trips to this near side. Hudson will stand in there with the tailback to his right. Backing up to pass. Going to sling it out, complete to Thrash. Thrash, actually, they don't see the ball hit the ground first. So they'll fall incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
It did. Kobe didn't have enough on it. It was set up on a nice bubble screen. You had Stephen Messer, Gabe Hubbard, and Jay Brody Messer had pulled out and set up a wall block for him. And it was there. Probably should have got rid of the ball a little sooner. Maybe draw in that as wide stance way out here on the Troup sidelines. It was difficult to run that play.
So here come the Tigers once again. Put a man in motion from the far side. Turns it into trips to this near side. There's a snap. Hudson back to pass. A little bit more time. Turns. There's Thrash. Jumps up, and it falls incomplete just out of the reach of his hands. And really triple covered that time as Joko. Was that Joko down the field?
One of the things, I'm glad you noticed that. I was about to point that out. Good eye, Jack, is that, he did throw it a jump ball, and it was a bullet across the field, but had he did one of those fake punts or had he done one of those fake pumps, if you will, he could have then aired it out to Joko, who really had gotten behind the defender.
Actually, it's a little bit different setup. They have Thrash in the slot. You'll usually see him as the wideout. Now Joko's the wideout. Hudson will call for it. Once again, we're going to pass the ball. A little more time. Slings it out complete and a first down to the 40, 45, and out of bounds just short of the 50.
He had Tyree Carlisle out of the backfield, picked up about 30 yards on that one. So that's one of really the best play the Tigers have seen all night.
Greg, I think that's what they're looking for. It's a little bit of rhythm. Let's get all these receivers out there. Let's hit them quick. Let's make these a little bit quicker hitters. These guys are blitzing. They're trying to get into Kobe really quick. Let's step away from the running game a little bit and hit that intermediate pass play. Hudson going to quickly throw the ball complete right across the middle, close to a first down. This time it's to Jarrell Smith.
Nice job by Jarrell Smith. From his slot position, he was about 5 yards off the tight end, and he just runs down about 6 yards, turns around, and is able to pick up a couple extra. So 2nd and 1 after a 9-yard gain by the Tigers.
Thrash and Smith will go out to the right side. They're in the interior receivers. Joko wide to this near side. There's the snap. Just a bullet thrown to Joko. Joko spins, and a wrestling takedown at the 35.
That was a good defensive tackle by the Bulldogs that time. But what the Tigers have gone away from this, not trying to go to the run this time, they're actually spreading the line out on the offense, widening the gaps just a little bit. If you notice, they're doing 1 and 3 wide outs on either side to spread open that defense.
And they've had to change that defensive front. Kobe, he's flushed out to the right side, throws. He's got a man complete. Oh, he just missed it. That's going to be at least a first down back on the right side.
Jarrell Smith actually was the intended receiver. He actually, the ball was thrown about his kneecaps, and he was one of those. He looked to grab it and run before he actually caught the football. He would have caught it with about a 9-yard gain. He would have turned and definitely picked up a first down, but you got to stay focused and make sure you catch that football.
Mark Anthony wide to the right side. Kobe throws it again, and it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted at the 30 by number 5, and this is the second time he's hurt us tonight. That's Chadrick Neal.
And that'll be the second time he's intercepted. No, number 6 intercepted the first time. Number 5 intercepted the second time. They had a rhythm going. Just tried to go to one of those short. It was just really a 4 or 5 yard down and out, but it was way a long pass on the sidelines, and that's a perfect spot to have an interception happen.
So here we are late in the first half. 5:50 left to go until halftime. Cedartown leads right now 6-0. So Cedartown with the ball again here in the second quarter. Their quarterback, Taj Hudson, will stand in there, wait for the call. Back to pass. Got some pressure, and he's going to go down. So a loss of about at least 4. And
you had Devin Hill coming off the outside. You had Montavious Hall coming off right beside him.
Andy
Eventually,
Boykin was there, too.
Makuta, Boykin, and Royce White pull him down after a loss of about 6. The ball will be all the way back to the 29-yard line. So that's what we got to have. We got to have some aggressive play on defense. Let's get this momentum swinging back toward us.
Well, you know, we talked in the pregame, Greg, that this may be a night where defense has really got to step up and do something special. Everybody talks about the Tiger offense all the time, and this defense may need to make their presence known tonight, maybe even to get a score. Handoff, and oh, wow, this Mathis is quite a ball player as he just runs over 2 of our guys. Finally brought down that time by Kevin Martin.
Tyree Carlisle's loving to dish out punishment, but I wasn't Tyree. I thought it was number 1, but number 7, Nick Ligon, come in from his strong safety position, and, man, he just hit him thigh high, and he just ran over Ligon. So Ligon he don't want to see that happen again.
They'll go to a similar set that we've had. Twins to the left. The quarterback Hudson will have 2 guys to his left and right, about 2 feet behind him.
Be 3rd down and about 7.
He'll back up to pass. Got some pressure. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's looking. He's going to be brought down all the way back at the 20.
Hey, with number 75 on the offense, left tackle was holding Devin Hill all the way in. No flag. Devin breaks away and makes the sack all the way back on the 23-yard line. So that'll bring up 4th down and about 20 for the Bulldogs. And with their punting game, we have an opportunity with Thrash going back on about the 40-yard line of the Tigers to maybe get some significant yardage back on this one.
Well, how about we just not have a penalty on the play? Can we just do that? Can we have a kick and play?
You know, last time it was he took it to the house and we had a holding call. So let's try to take it to the house this time. But like you said, with no penalties.
You know he's itching for it. It was just a great run. I would have loved to be able to go over that run again. But that was all for naught. There's the snap, a little bit low, steps up, gets the kickoff, almost blocked. Thrash drops it, now has to get on it. Again, he was looking to set up and run instead of making sure he had the catch. So we do have the ball. It'll be at the 38, but not as much as we could have had.
You know, it's 2 weeks in a row we've kind of played ugly, and this has been another ugly game. You know, we've dropped 2 or 3 possession attempts at making passes. Thrash has actually fumbled the ball twice, maybe 3 times on these punts. So even though he took one to the house, it was called back with a holding. But just having a haphazard night as far as hanging on to the football from a receiving standpoint.
Hudson backs up to pass, just slings it out, complete. Little inside move to the 45-yard line. Game of 7, 2nd and 3.
It was nice bubble screen that time where Thrash comes back in. He's lined up over on the visitor sideline, on the Cedartown sideline. All right, now we've got some jaw jacking going on, so I don't know who's got the penalty thrown against them, but give it a second. We'll find out if it goes against the Tigers.
We had a better spot than I thought. They're pointing at us. We'll see what the White Hat said. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Then we'll see what the penalty says. 6-0 is your score in favor of Cedartown. 3:19 left to go in the first half. Offsetting. All right, so just shake hands and move on. 2nd down and 1. But you can imagine that these Tigers, it's senior night, a lot of folks here to see them, a lot of celebration, and now they're kind of laying an egg on the offensive side. So now you're sure that they want to get something going.
3:19 until halftime. Cedartown 6, Troup 0.
Kobe, hand off quickly. It's going to be Carlisle going around the right side. Excuse me, Williams going around the right side. Williams will pick up just enough for the first down.
Well, we'll take the first down, and we really, we get the ball back in the 3rd quarter as we won the toss and deferred. Tigers really need to score in the next 3 minutes before halftime.
Twins to this near side, Twins to the left. Hand off again. And this time a good job of running to the 40. That's going to be another first down, Greg.
Tyree Carlisle right up the middle behind J. Brody Messer and Gabe Hubbard, along with Stephen Messer on the right side. Not found a whole lot of running room on the left side, so to the right side. They've gone to the left side of the offensive line. They pick up 12 on that one. First down, Tigers.
There's a snap. And it's going to be Hudson calling his own number, following his blocking, and they're just continuing to push. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5.
They're gonna give him only about 4 yards on that one, Jackie. And I just mentioned they hadn't had a whole lot of success on the right side of the offensive line. They've actually had more success running to the left side. And then we're going to have a timeout taken by Cedartown as they can see some momentum swinging. So good timeout call by Cedartown.
6-0 in favor of Cedartown as the Troup High School Tigers are driving. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football. 60 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports.
Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is a place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, inside the Piggly Wiggly at Lee's Crossing, and in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. We have your flu shot ready, so come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
Welcome back. The Tigers going to run the ball around the right side. Going to be just short of the first down. Brings up 3rd down and 1. Third and 1 for the Tigers. Right back up the line of scrimmage. They go. Handoff quickly. We're going to get across the 30. That should be enough for the first down. The drive us back a little bit, but the spot looks like it's going to be right at the 29. Actually, he backed up. That may not be it. He may be just short. Let's take a look. I think it's going to be 4th and short. Yeah, but that's exactly it. It will not be a first down.
They were complaining that one of the Cedartown kids had lost his helmet. Now they're pushing him out of the game. Number 34 will have to take a break. Somebody else will have to come back in.
So they're going to talk about this and get it all set up right.
Well, now 34 is coming back in.
With a friend.
Now he's going back out.
Go this way and that way and this way and that way. All right. Cedartown with a 4-man front. Tigers just need a yard. And they're going to go to the workhorse, number 1, Tyree Carlisle. He's going to get the yard that we need. It'll be a first down for the Tigers.
They'll spot it on about the 27-yard line with 1 minute and 14 seconds. The clock will stop to move the chains. But Tigers, again, yeah, they'll take a field goal, but they'd love to have a touchdown.
Back to the line of scrimmage very quickly. There's the handoff again, going around the right side. Going to get about 2, maybe 3. Clock continues to tick. We're at a minute left to go in the first half, excuse me.
What I've seen is a little bit more success running the football if you come on the left side behind Stephen Messer and Gabe Hubbard.
Kobe going to keep the ball, go around the left, and he's going to go out of bounds just short of the 20. That won't be a first down. That'll bring up 3rd down, but it does stop the clock as he goes out of bounds.
They're going to spot it just inside the 23-yard line, so it'll bring up 3rd down and about 6, a long 6, as I'm standing just inside the 17 is where they've got to go for a first down. 46 seconds left in halftime.
Kobe lines back up in the backfield. Takes the snap. Quick handoff to the 20. Fighting to the outside. Goes out of bounds at the 10. So that will be a first down. Be 1st and goal from right there at the 10-yard line.
Once again, success from the left side of the offensive line when you're following Big Gabe Hubbard and Stephen Messers opening up a hole. Carlisle down inside the 10-yard line.
Here's the snap. Kobe's going to call his own number to the 5. Goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
What a huge play. Hudson fakes it to Carlisle. Carlisle's off to the left side. The entire defensive line heads toward Carlisle. Hudson does a juke step, absolutely breaks the defensive back's ankle as he takes the fake, runs it right up the middle, 10 yards for the Tiger touchdown, 6-6 with 35 seconds left.
Really important extra point for Martinez. hopefully to
Got
put
the
the
student
Tigers up.
section hollering, Helson.
Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. 7-6 with 35 seconds left to go in this first half of play. 60 seconds. Actually, it's just 30, just one spot. 30 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports. All right, actually, we're going to keep it here as the Tigers are now leading 7-6. But it'll be very important to have a good special teams run here. Make sure that they don't get a big return. They'll get a chance more than likely to run at least one play, possibly two.
I didn't know if you had heard me. I thought we were going to break, Jack.
Well,
evidently we didn't. I was down here talking to Coach Bob Schweitzer, our athletic director, and just talking about the move that Kobe put on that defender, but also just as important, that fake handoff to Carlisle over on the left side, and the entire seems like about 8 of the Bulldogs went for that fake because that's where the Tigers have seen success on this particular drive. But you're right, 35 seconds left, and we're going to see if Martinez can get it down here as they've got 3 backs. Unusual, Bulldogs have got 3 receivers inside the 10-yard line.
Martinez gets the kickoff. Going to be short at the 32, taken there. And number 5 that's kind of been a bit of a nemesis for us all night, and Chadrick Neal. We're going to make the catch.
Jabraylon Gooden says, no, you're not going anywhere if I have anything to do with it. He tackles him as he's dancing, trying to make a decision. He's a little short, so he can't see over all these big guys. And I know for a fact because I'm standing behind him, and he didn't see where he could go. He was just kind of waiting for a hole to break open, and Gooden took care of that. So Cedartown will take the ball first down on the 35-yard line with 32 seconds left.
Their last time they scored, it was only one play. So the Tiger defense has got to stiffen up, make sure nothing happens here. They're going to have a 4-man front. Outside linebackers will stand outside the receivers. There's the snap. They're going to hand the ball off into the line. Only about 2, maybe 3 yards on that play. Clock continues to tick. Looks like they're going to just let it tick down. No effort to
It's
stop
interesting.
it.
They've got a little formation where their H-back kind of lines up between the tight end and the tackle, and then he'll step one in motion and then dive in behind the left guard and center to kind of give them an extra block on Boykin, but that didn't help at that time. They picked up maybe a yard as we'll take it to halftime.
So they only won one play, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. 7-6 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers.
It may be one of those games, too, Jack, that I'm going to see if Coach wants to say something.
I think he's going to be a little hot.
What he's got to say if he wants to say something. Let me see if he'll take a word.
All right,
here he comes. Coach, assess that first half for us.
Oh, it's a good football team. Probably the best defense we played all year. They really play hard, really get out the ball, got a good scheme. We won the first half. Let's just go ahead and win the second half.
All right, good job, Coach. Well, he said it right. You know, you think about it, as ugly as the game looked on our end, hey, they won the first half. It took them a quarter and 1.9 quarters, if you will, to do it.
The Cedartown Bulldog Band making their way onto the field. They'll try not to get a penalty tonight, as the band's got penalties for the Tigers last week as they played a little bit too long. So the Cedartown band's out there. We'll listen to them and let you know a little bit about how things went down in the first half of play. But the Tigers are leading 7-6 right here on Eagle Sports.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows. No matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years. And how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is a place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, inside the Piggly Wiggly at Lee's Crossing, and in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. We have your flu shot ready, so come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
Now back to the field for Troop Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troop High School Tiger football. Jack Woman, Greg Hicks live here from Callaway Stadium. Luke keeping us all running, here on the air up in the booth. And right now the Cedartown band on the field, the Marching Bulldogs. Let me go over how things happened in this first half of play. As the scoring, there's not a whole lot, 7-6. But right now, let's look at it. Cedartown got the ball first. They lost the toss, but Tigers deferred to the second half. So Cedartown was a 4-and-out and had to punt the ball. Tigers, though, uncharacteristically, they were a 4-and-out and had to punt the ball as well. Cedartown got the ball again, and they punted. Tigers then got the ball. Were driving pretty well. Actually, 3 penalties went against Cedartown. There was a pass interference play. There was a late hit. So several plays there, and it looked like the Tigers were going to be able to drive down. But Kobe threw a little bit of an errant pass towards the far end. It was intercepted by number 6, Frazier. And so Cedartown got the ball back. They began to run. Again, almost the same situation. There was a pass interference play against the Tigers, and then there was a late hit call against the Tigers, I guess, to kind of even those things out. We went into the second quarter. Jamari Thrash on a punt took it on a run and went all the way back. One of the most beautiful run backs you'll ever see. Coming down the left side, cutting back in the middle, making 2 guys miss. Going into the end zone was just his speed and his athleticism, but it was brought all the way back to the 27 on a holding call. Then the Tigers got the ball, but they drove down to about midfield, went toward on 4th down, didn't make it, so it was turned over on down. Cedartown takes the ball with about 7:10 left to go in the first half of play. They begin to try to drive the ball down, and they do on just one play. 48-yard touchdown, and it's 0-6 as they missed their extra point. Something that happened to them against Cartersville as well. Then the Tigers got the ball. They begin to drive all the way from the 25. They get across midfield down near the 30-yard line, but then they're intercepted this time by number 6. So 2 interceptions for the Tigers on this ball game. Cedartown got the ball again from the 35. We sacked them twice, though, in that series of downs. The Tigers were able to get them to punt. And then the Tigers took the ball from the 38. They continue to drive, until finally Kobe Hudson takes it into the end zone for 6. Helson Martinez comes on, puts on the point after touchdown, and we lead 7-6. Cedartown had one more chance with 32 seconds left to go, but they only ran one play and then let the clock run out. So that's our scoring in the first half of play. 7-6 is your score. We'll talk about what's going to happen in the second half. Let you hear from some of our bands. As we do all that, it's going to let you listen to a lot of our sponsors right here on Eagle Sports.
It is sell down time at Nissan of LaGrange. Richard Cates here, General Manager with Nissan of LaGrange, and it is time to start moving out all of our 2018 inventory to make room for the 2019s. That means the best savings of the year are taking place right now. Have you been hesitant to look because you're waiting for the perfect time? Well, now is your chance. You can visit Nissan of LaGrange on the Parkway or check us out where we are always open at nissanoflagrange.com. Visit soon to receive great pricing and the great experience our customers have come to expect. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek Team Sales for all your sporting good needs.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service. It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service. Some might call that old school. Then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Now back to the field for Troop Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. On the band right now is the Bulldog Band of Cedartown. We're going to take a few minutes, let you listen to them for just a moment. When we come back, well, I'll start talking again. We'll talk more about this first half of play. But right now, here's the Cedartown Band as they have a great bell section right up in front. And as Greg would say, they're a 3-tuba band, so you know they're going to sound good. Here Comes the Sun, the song being played down there by the Bells team. Very traditional band as they're in there. Almost look like a Georgia Bulldogs, not just Cedartown Bulldogs down there. Rhythm section has a chance to really shine on this number. Once again, that's the Cedartown Band on the field. We're going to step away for a moment. When we come back, we'll have the pride of Troup County, the Tri School Tiger Marching Band, getting on the field, and we'll let you hear from them for a little bit as well. But right now, the Tigers are leading this one 7-6 right here on Eagle Sports.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles.
A little bit of problem there back at the station.
There's a
there we go.
secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com. Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is the place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, inside the Piggly Wiggly at Lee's Crossing, and in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. We have your flu shot ready, so come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
Hi, football fans. Jonathan Moose Map here from Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. We love this time of year with all the excitement of football. And we also love that Glenn Smith can play a part in supporting high school sports. We support the team, the coaches, the band, the cheerleaders, and of course the families and the fans. At Glenn Smith, we're proud to be your local Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer with over 500 new and used vehicles every day. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. That's Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back. Keep your seats, as Johnny Hurt says from time to time, because here comes the pride of Troup County, the Troup High School Tiger Marching Band. As the coldest legs at Kellaway Stadium, Greg Hicks made his way.
I stopped by your mother and father, and your dad's over here shaking. He said, I said, you guys cold? Your mom said, I'm warm.
She's got probably 2 blankets on.
Well, he said, He said, but you're a young man, Greg. I said, oh, well, thank you, sir.
There you go.
57 years young. What are you talking about?
There you go.
But, yeah. It's not that bad down there. It's actually, there's no wind. It's actually kind of pleasant down there.
I know that it's a mixture of shorts, short-sleeve shirts, and a few jackets here. It's interesting. I was listening to some weather projections. The National Weather Association put out some weather projections today. It calls for a mild but very wet winter time they're kind of looking at. So, of course, we'll see how that plays out. As weather people just amaze me. They can be 100% wrong, and everybody just goes, maybe they'll get it tomorrow. You know?
That's one thing. I lived in the San Francisco, Oakland Bay Area several years ago for about 5 years, and I said, and if you live in L.A. or California, anywhere, it's like it's easy to be a meteorologist because one of the things you can't predict is a earthquake, but the weather's always nice. It just hey, another sunny day today.
That's the easiest gig in the world, is Southern California weather.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I think just if you just go the old 70s song, it just never rains in California.
That's it. Hey, you know what? You were giving some stats and all, and kind of going over the play, the scoring drives and the lack of scoring drives.
Yeah.
But I think that last drive, Jack, when we talked about how they kind of spread out a little bit, go from one wide out on one side to three on the other. Really, they never saw. I didn't see any twins on either side going down.
Just twice, I think, in that drive they went to the twins left and right. But it really great. They went back to their base offense.
Yeah.
They went back to what they were comfortable with. We came out tonight with three across. We had the quarterback in the middle, two guys to the left and right. We didn't run any motion, which we usually run a slot receiver back every once in a while. So it's just trying to mix things up. A couple of reasons for that. You're late in the season. You can put a new wrinkle in, keep the guys interested in what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's senior night. Let's see something different. Also, you're preparing for two more big ball games, and one of the biggest is going to be Cartersville. Maybe get them thrown off as they're going to be watching this game too.
Well, and don't ever underestimate a team. It's like you think about Cedartown. The Central coaches are sitting over there now. They're on top row because they're scouting to see what they can do. But I was talking to, I want to say Byron Jones just a second ago as I was making my way back up to the booth. But last week's game against LaGrange, Coach Gibbs brought his defense, just pinned their ears back and was really streaking in there. And I think that's what Cedartown has picked up on, is saying, you know what, we're a bunch of 190-pound kids running around here. We don't really have any huge size. We don't have a Khalif Thornton or an Andy Boykin on the defensive line. We're a lot smaller, so we're just going to just create havoc by blitzing as we can. And they've really forced Kobe out of the pocket, and Philip Manning was really getting on his offensive line about midway through the second quarter about their lack of participation and keeping Kobe, keeping the pressure off of Kobe, if you will. But he was forced out of the pocket, if you will, a lot of times. But on that last drive, it seems like they finally kind of found something that would click and put it together and scored with 33 seconds left or so. And we like that because we get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Well, they weren't able to really a lot of pressure on Kobe in the first quarter. He was popped out of that pocket. A couple of sacks on him in the first quarter, in the first part of the second quarter as well. But I think that they really kind of, as we were mentioning, got back in their rhythm. They let Cedartown really dictate the rhythm in the first few series because they just wanted everything kind of move quick, get in the backfield there.
Yeah.
But they just didn't look a little bit off. And Kobe actually kind of coming back to his own. He went back to that sidearm a couple of times. In fact, one of the interceptions was that sidearm pass. I know that coaches talked to him about. We talked about it on the radio show back this past Monday night. So, again, we forget this is his first year playing quarterback.
That's right.
We know that he's a junior. He physically looks like he's somebody ready to walk into the college ranks, but we forget that he is still just a junior. He's still going to make some mistakes. But, man, it's great to have a kid with that kind of athletic talent that if he doesn't make a mistake, he can still use his legs to help him out.
And a couple times on that drive, you could see that he had the tendency to want to take over the ball game, and it actually paid dirt this time. Is when he decided to take it over. He had this tremendous 25-yard run, head-on collision with the guy where he came out and Schweitzer came in, and then we really didn't run a play with Schweitzer. We call a timeout. We came back with a Wildcat because it was fourth down, and we let Tyree Carlisle out of the Wildcat try to sweep around to the left side and make that first down. Ran 50 yards, maybe gained a yard. Just we joke about because he's running the width of the field, and so we turned the ball over at that time. But Kobe, has made several significant runs right up the gut.
Yep.
To when you talk about wanting to take over a ball game, and he senses that something's got to go. And I said earlier that, hey, maybe it's ironic that it's senior night, but these seniors have got to step up. Well, we take a junior that's got to step up to lead the seniors. And you know what? If that's what it takes, let's do it. But the Tigers absolutely, they don't want to lose this ball game, and none of the fans want them to lose it. So I'm sure they've got a little talking to there as they're making their way back out on the field. I'm sure Coach Glisson said, hey, we won the first half. It wasn't pretty, but let's make sure we won the second half.
Let's just go back just from a coaching standpoint, talk about that for a second, Greg, because he could have come off the field. We've heard him, we've been up 28-0 and heard him just,
fuss,
just upset.
Yes.
But here in a very tight ball game against a talented Cedartown team, he accentuated the positive. Hey, we've won the first half. We're up 7-6, and we get the ball back, we come back. And so really kind of focusing on that, let's focus past that, because also, let's think, Greg, if we're going to be the team that we want to, if we're going to go deep into the playoffs, hopefully move towards a state championship, then we're going to face teams that are going to get a touchdown on us. They're going to get us down from time. It's how we face that adversity, how we overcome it, what's going to make us better.
You're right. And this is we're used to putting 35 points on the board within the first couple quarters, or 28 points on the board. It's not happening tonight.
Yeah, we're not running the clock tonight.
No, and it's a very disciplined, aggressive Cedartown football team. Defensive-wise, you can't ask for them to be playing any better. And I'm talking about them, and that's Cedartown them. They're just, like I said earlier, they're putting pressure on us. They're blitzing. They're stunting the gaps. And, we've got to take that. And they tried earlier these little quick bubble screens or these inside slants, and that's not working. For some reason, our hands aren't working right now on the receiving end of it.
Well, and we short-throwed a few balls, too.
Yeah, well, that's true. Both Kobe's interceptions were thrown short. And then he had I was on Jarrell Smith earlier. Granted, it was a little low, but it was catchable. It was at just below his knees. It wasn't even at his ankles. But it was one of those things, if you recall, on that midway through the second quarter, we were moving again, and Jarrell just he one of those, I want to turn and run before I really have control of it. And as he made his move, the ball fell out of his hands, and he caught it. Would have been a first down for sure, but it's those little things, those little nuances that you pick up on when you're watching. You see how aggressive the individual is on the defensive side pursuing. You see the guy on the offensive side if he does something, like he takes his eye off the ball just for a split second.
Right.
But I'm down on the sidelines, and I got to say, defensively, the Tigers are popping some heads. So are Cedartown Bulldogs. And so the Tigers have got to see that, hey, this is the kind of stuff that's going to take place over the next 6 or 7 weeks.
Well, yeah, the hitting's not going to get any easier, that's for sure.
No.
Let's take another break back to our station. Let you hear from some of our sponsors again. Right now, the Tigers leading 7-6 over the Cedartown Bulldogs right here on Eagle Sports.
Hey folks, TLDD, Todd Parrish here with Kia LaGrange. This October we're going pink for breast cancer awareness. For each new car sold, we'll be donating a portion of our sales to Hope for a Day. This month's featured vehicle is a 2019 Kia Forte FE6 speed. And yep, it's a rule breaker, a limit pusher. It's style and value rolled into fun. Drive out in yours today for only $15,988. Shop our complete inventory at any time online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Stock number 110922. Price plus tax, tag, and title. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Rogers Barbecue in LaGrange has been locally owned since 1945, and they have daily lunch specials for only $7.29, and that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night from 5 to close is all-you-can-eat ribs, and Thursday's all-you-can-eat catfish, and with their Brunswick stew, is famous throughout the region. They proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish, so dine in or use a convenient drive-thru Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see when you look at your car? Do you just see taillights? Or your dog's tail wagging when you first brought him home? Do you see 4 tires or 2 tired kids in the back seat after their first day of school? Other insurance companies just see a car, but a State Farm agent sees what your car really means to you. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the field for Troop Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troop High School Tiger football. Jack Bowman, Greg Hicks. We're in the last couple of minutes of halftime. And Greg, when you watch the big guys on national television, you listen to the national broadcasts of the different teams when they talk about this keys to the second half. So let's just kind of think about that for a second. For the Tigers, what do they need to do in this second half to go ahead and pull away and get a big win out of this one?
You know, I think it goes back to what we were alluding to earlier in that I've got a sign up in my office. It's called Focus. And I think when I'm the wideout and I'm running 12 yards down to a hook or a curl, I'm looking for that football. It's a timing pattern. And I know that when I turn, the ball's going to be waiting on me. I need to focus on my technique, execute, turn around, and make sure that I catch it with soft hands. The first thing I need to do is catch it. Then I'll worry about running. All right, so I think we really, really got to focus on our techniques, focus on running the football, on catching the football, and blocking. I think we just get back to basics for sure. And I go back to that last drive. I was impressed, particularly with the left side of the line behind Stephen Messer and Gabe Hubbard. That's where we saw significant improvement. When I think about when I said something about focus and holding your hands, I go back to Jamari Thrash fumbling the ball at least twice.
Right.
Luckily, we recovered it. He recovered it for himself, but twice he fumbled the football on the return, on the receiving of the punt. We've never talked about Jamari like that. So
some of the surest hands we've got on the whole team.
Yeah.
For me, it's the old saying, dance with the one that brought you. I want to see. We did that in the late in the second quarter. We went back to the standard offense. We were running single back in the backfield, trips on one side, another wide receiver on the other side. That's what we've run most of the season. We've had incredible success with it, both running the ball and throwing the ball. Let's go back to what made us a success and make it happen.
I agree.
Let's take 30 more seconds back to the station. We come back. We got kickoff for the second half of play right here on Eagle Sports.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning health care, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Now back to the field for Troop Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troop High School Tiger football. Greg, one more thing real quick as we get ready for kickoff. Penalties really hurt us once again. A lot of mess there going back and forth. Really, both teams ran into the penalty bug. We had a touchdown call back because of one, so hopefully we'll be able to fix that going into the second half.
I'm glad you brought that up. Neither one of us really addressed the penalties in the first half, but really in the first quarter. It got a little bit better in the second quarter, although early in the second quarter is when we had that holding when Thrash did take it back about 68 yards for a touchdown on a punt return, but it got called back. So. But penalties kind of settled down in the second quarter. The first quarter, they were just going crazy. We did have an offsetting personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct penalties halfway through the second quarter, and that's just where guys are getting physical out there.
So here we go. There's the kick.
High,
short.
And it's just going to drop in no man's land.
Nobody's getting on it. Now we pick it up and go around the right side, go out of bounds just about the 30, we'll call it about the 36.
Actually, they're gonna call about the 33-yard line. They're gonna spot it at the 33. But that was one of those that just everybody's looking. It's like, hey, you got it? No, I get it. No, you get no, and it hits the turf.
Somebody get the ball.
Finally, it really bounced in Carlisle's hands. He picks it up on about the 22, and he'll take it out to the 34-yard line. Is where the Tigers will start this third quarter of play. So let's piggyback on what we did to end the second quarter, and let's. Continue that momentum.
Twins left and right. Handoff. Little trap play inside. And not going to get anything out of it.
Well, he tried the left side of that. Just a little delayed handoff. Handed off about 2 yards deep in the backfield. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all they're going to give him off that left side. And with Carlisle trying to come up behind Stephen Messer and Gabe Hubbard, where they found success on that previous drive.
Carlisle has a towel sticking out of his pants in the back. I'm surprised they're letting him keep that. That's draping way down as Carlisle will get the call again. And he's going to burst through the line, get across to the 40. So it was going to be a no gain, then his just extra strength got him to the 40. So that's going to be about a 7-yard play.
You're right. What a nice job. Actually, it went right off of Jay Brody Messer's right hip from the center position. And but he was able to pick up, like you said, about 7. It'll be third down in a long 2. Ball spotted just at the 41-yard line. They've got to get to the 43 for a first down.
Plays whistle dead.
And it'll be illegal motion from the Tigers. That's one of the. It's funny that we didn't address penalties until last, and then we get a penalty on the first, on about the fourth play of the drive. So third play of the drive. So now instead of 3rd and 2, you're looking at about 3rd and 7.
We can see a little bit better from here, so that's good. We're setting, a little extra drama. Set it up, make it look like something big. Joko will be in the slot to this near side.
Might as well.
We got a man wide to this near side. So twins to this near side. Kobe got a man in his face. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's looking, and going to just kind of sling it out.
Now, Kobe comes up like he's limping. He had Joko Willis wide open out here at the 46-yard line. And it's almost like he intentionally threw it to the ground. Did that what?
His legs got tangled, and he's about to go down. I think he was just going to basically throw it away.
But he was under pursuit, but he didn't have anybody there going to tackle him. They were not within 5 yards of him. So
as I watched his legs, they kind of crossed over each other. I think he just felt he was going down on his own.
I got you.
And just need to get rid of the ball so it wouldn't be a loss of all that extra yardage.
Well, those are the kinds. So not a very successful first series.
Nope. Little snap, but we get the kickoff. Taking about the 35. Lost the ball. Now he's back on it. Back at the 34. So the Tigers almost had a shot. As number 5, who's caused us a lot of problems tonight, Chadrick Neal.
So maybe there's just something in the air tonight. I haven't noticed it as far as humidity and what have you. But, that was a kind of a line drive punt from Mark Anthony Dixon. You really want to get more hang time on it to allow your pursuers, your punt team to get down and make the tackle. But so lucky for the Tigers, that he actually fumbled the football and he had to dive on it.
So here comes our Cedartown Bulldogs we're taking on tonight. And handoff into the line. He's tripped up. Not really hit hard, but he'll just kind of fall down after getting about 4. That's Mathis, the ball carrier.
Well, I'm certainly glad that for the Tigers, number 36, and I want to say that's one of the Cato kids. No, Jeremiah Holston. Actually, they got Jeremiah. Looks like he's backed up off the line playing linebacker. But that could have been Jatavian Smith. At any rate, he makes the play, and see that little slot back? They've got little H-backs lined up, and he'll take a dive in right now. And so they're going to have some illegal motion probably because of that motion guy that I just said.
Yep.
But they'll take that H-back, if you will, and he looks the size of a tight end. He looks probably about, if he's a big number 35, he looks to be about 5'10", 5'11", and it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 215. And he just kind of doesn't get down to the three-point stance, just kind of stacks it up on his thighs behind the tackle. Either one, but mostly I've seen him on the right side. And then he'll just slowly go in motion, and when the ball snaps, he'll dive in between the center and guard.
There he goes on that exact same play. And he's going to get to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it before he shut down.
Actually, they're going to, you're right, they're going to give him up to the 35-yard line. So that'll be a gain of a yard. It should be 4th down and 10. Or they flip that marker over if it's not. Worst case, it's 3rd down and 10. So, Chance, if you might have heard him in the background, Chance Gidding, our public address announcer, and he's by a string of tacklers. I'm used to saying a host of Tigers, but
a host of Tiger tacklers. Their version of Hudson takes it, backs the pass, going to swing it out, and he's in no man's land out there as the Tigers just collapse on him. He'll lose about 4, maybe 5 yards on the play.
Devin Hill was giving the quarterback fits under a lot of pressure. Once he flips it out to the flats, he sees Boykin and Khalif Thornton, and he has no choice but to turn it back in the middle. And then you've got backside pursuit from Jeremiah Holston, and even Devin Hill left the quarterback and helped make the tackle after a yard, after actually about 4 yards lost. So it'll be 4th down and 14. And so now you've got Jamari Thrash sitting back here at the 28-yard line. And you know, his first punt, Jack, of the game from Cedartown wasn't very impressive. The remaining punts have got a lot of hang
had a good
time.
roll.
And you know, he's got that wobbly look.
Yep.
It's not a spiral, if you will.
Tigers were coming after that one.
He's kicking it over toward the Cedartown sidelines and gets a Tiger bounce.
As Tiger bounce go out of bounds, he's going to run all the way up to, wow.
Well, I would have thought it would be closer to the 50-yard line. Where are they going to spot that thing?
Other side of the 48.
They're going to spot it on the 50, Jack, right on the 50.
Dead on. We'll take that.
I want to say this. He was having a little trouble spotting the football, wasn't he?
He just kept running.
So in that exchange, 3 and out, the Tigers were able to actually, they left it at about the 35-yard line there in that midfield. So actually 3 and out, and they picked up 15 yards.
we'll do it however we can. A little bit low snap. It's going to be Williams, the ball carrier, to the 50. And he'll be stopped basically at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1.
So Trey Williams takes a handoff, dodges, makes a couple of dance moves, runs up Jay Brody Messer's back leg, and it looks like he might have hurt himself. He gets up, and he's back at the center position.
Mark Anthony Dixon in the slot to this near side. As Kobe's going to fake it, handoff. It should be throw it out there. They're going to say made the catch.
Well, they're actually, the side judge is ruling it incomplete as he's doing his arms, but yet the back judge, that's they're going to call it incomplete.
Okay.
See, another thing, we talk about Kobe's Christmas. That ball didn't need to be thrown down at his shins. It could have been thrown chest high because nobody was within 4 yards of him. Hit him in the chest and the numbers, he can turn and run with the football. Oh,
so
good block.
We swing it out to the outside to the 50. Going to go out of bounds short of the 45.
All right, and add 15 to that. It was an excuse me hit out of bounds by number 6. Probably didn't intend to, but he had such momentum pursuing from his free safety position once Carlisle had gone out of bounds. Actually, I want to say Mark Anthony Dixon had gone out of bounds. Kind of run up on him, and it just was one of those, oh, excuse me, but it's going to cost me 15 yards because I couldn't stop in time. But it's not like he meant to just drill him on the sidelines. So that'll take the ball on into Bulldog territory down to the 31-yard line, Jack. With 7:18 left in the third quarter, your Troup Tigers 7, Cedartown Bulldogs 6. If you've just joined us, trust me, it's been one of those games. It's just been one of those games.
Twins left and right. Hudson will stand in there, take the snap. He'll hand the ball off to Williams again. Williams finding his way, gets close to the 25-yard line, just short of it.
He had 2 Bulldogs on him, 27 and it looks like 21. And Carlisle just kept, actually Williams, I want to say Williams just kept chopping his feet. He picks up about 4 yards.
There's a snap. Going back to the run, going back to Williams again. Gets across the 25 down to the 23. Excuse me, not 23. About 22. They give us the spot I think they're going to give us.
Jack, if you can see, when he hit that hole over there behind Hunter Bass on the right side, one of the defenders grabbed Williams' jersey, and Williams just pulled him on through the line to pick up another 3 or 4 yards.
They're going to jump off sides, and there's the extra yardage we need.
And it was 3rd and 2, so that was 2 4-yard gains and encroachment by the Bulldogs. So that'll move it from the 22 down to the 17, where they should have it. They're going to actually spot it on about the 18-yard line.
We're seeing a lot tonight, Greg. It's not the big play. The Tigers really have been a methodical offense tonight. As we methodically go around the right side, get only about a yard out of that one. A little bit of late extracurriculars, but they're helping each other up.
Well, they're going to throw a flag, and of course, you don't find many mild-mannered, a nicer guy than Michael Irvin, number 56. He is a 220-pound wrestler on the wrestling team. Super good kid. And they're going to call it on the Tigers, but what it looked like is that the Cedartown guy was one that was really pushing Michael and trying to pull Michael down to the ground. Yeah. When the back judge looked up, he thought Michael was throwing him to the ground. You got Glisson saying, "Excuse me, what?" Let's go back and look at the film.
Yeah, I think
you got Philip Manning that's really upset, but that's going to cost the Tigers some yards back to the 32-yard line.
Tigers looking back to the sideline to get the call from the coaching staff. Coach Glisson getting a little bit more from the side judge.
Yeah, he's not happy with that call.
Not at all. Well, it stalls out a really good drive. 7-6 is your score right now. 6:03 left to go in the third quarter of play. Tigers with their second series in the second half. Hudson goes back to the run. Good block and a good job of following the block by Williams going around the left. That's going to be Carlisle this time.
Mm-hmm. He's going to pick up about 4. Yeah, he's going to move the ball inside the 30 down to the 20. It's like about the 26-yard line.
We haven't seen Kobe call his own number in this series.
No, and we struggled at opening. We received the kickoff from the second half in the third quarter, and we were 3 and out. And then we held Bulldogs to 3 and out. We actually netted a 15-yard transition on that.
Kobe will roll to his right, looking downfield. Got some time. Throws it to the end zone.
And
so incomplete.
And there's going to be a pass interference by Cedartown as Joko goes inside the 5, and he makes his cut to the back corner, and that's when he finds a hand on his hip and trips him up a little bit.
Yep.
And they both look toward the back judge, and he says, yep, he throws the pink flag. So that'll move the football 10 yards up to looks like the 17-yard line. So that's where we'll be inside the red zone. Still will not be a first down. It'll still be 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers. 5:19 left in the third quarter. Troup 7, Cedartown 6.
Tigers need to get on the board here.
Yeah, that's correct. We was hoping to do it with the initial opening series. It didn't work, but hey, we'll take a touchdown on this drive.
Kobe fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Got a man in his face, makes the spin. He's going to be sacked back to the 32-yard line.
Should have got rid of the ball. He had Thrash in the corner of the end zone. We talked about Kobe taking over the ball game and trying to make it all on his own. And at that point, he lost about 16 yards back to the 31-yard line. So rather than having, 4th down and 8 or 4th and 9, if we threw the ball away, now we're looking at 4th down and 24 maybe, I think.
Well, I will say this, coaches probably were in his ear about the interceptions last week.
Yep.
Let's not just throw into a mess. So
that's
probably he's being a little conservative with the ball. But on something, and we'll talk about this technique in just a second. So Kobe would look at the 4th down. Back to the pass. Here comes the big rush. He's going to run the ball. Actually backs up the pass, throws it. It's complete. Just short of the first down. He picks up the first down inside the 10-yard line.
He had Jarrell Smith that was coming from the middle. He was actually at that point in time looking for he was checking off on receivers, and Jarrell was just floating across between the 10 and the 15-yard line. He hits him on about the 12-yard line and is able to get inside the 10, and they're going to mark him out at the 7-yard line on the far sideline, able for a first down. So 1st and goal, Tigers.
He had to get to the 9. He got to the 7. Tigers hand off the right side, lose yardage back to the 11.
That's another one of those stunts coming in. I'm telling you, Bulldogs are pinning their ears back, and it's coming. And the offensive line has got to find a way to block 2 guys, it looks like.
Well, we scored the touchdown basically on a draw play with Kobe. I don't know why we don't just go to that right now.
And let's see, he was in this series, the possession leading up to halftime, we were finding success running the ball on the left side. We're finding success on the right side this time, but that time we
student body left as we go around the left side into the 5, into the corner. Touchdown, Tigers.
As I said, success to the left side, and so we decide let's go behind Stephen Messer and big Gabe Hubbard, and that's what he does. He's got some stalk blocks out on the outside from Jamari Thrash and Joko Willis, and that creates another touchdown for the Tigers. Good call by Kelby Holt, and that offensive unit did a good job that time. Used the legs of Kobe Hudson to just stretch the field out, come inside on the left corner of the end zone. So Helson Martinez on for the extra point.
Here we go. Snap, hold, kick is up.
Hey, he got through, I think.
Nope. They're going to say it's no good, but They did. I thought they had an offsides call because the kid came across really quick and maybe got a little finger on it.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
3:46 left to go in the third quarter of play. 13-6 in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. Listen to Troup High School Tiger football on Eagle Sports.
It is sell down time at Nissan of LaGrange. Richard Cates here, General Manager with Nissan of LaGrange, and it is time to start moving out all of our 2018 inventory to make room for the 2019s. That means the best savings of the year are taking place right now. Have you been hesitant to look because you're waiting for the perfect time? Well, now is your chance. You can visit Nissan of LaGrange on the Parkway or check us out where we are always open at nissanoflagrange.com. Visit soon to receive great pricing and the great experience our customers have come to expect. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. 13-6 is your score in favor of the Troup High School Tigers. And Cedartown, I tell you what, they have brought everything they can against the Tigers tonight.
You're right. Even on that series, we got inside the red zone on the very first play. They just blitzed us like crazy as Helson Martinez gets one short to the 30-yard line, and number 5 is going all the way across the field. He's got a nice block line for him. He goes all the way across the field. He's actually going to pick up significant yardage. He receives it on the 30-yard line, goes all the way over to the Cedartown sidelines. Now he catches it on the 30-yard marker on the Troup side, goes all the way across to the Cedartown side, turns it up, tight ropes the sidelines to the 50-yard. So it's a 20-yard gain. Actually, it's going to be the 45 of the Tigers, so 25-yard gain, but he ran 60 or 70 to get that 25-yard.
Yeah, Chadrick Neal has been quite a thorn in our side tonight. Got a lot of running yards, played both offense and defense for Cedartown.
The Tigers have got to tighten it up defensively. We talked about focus, right, Jack, at halftime, what the keys to the game were, and that was, to me, a lack of focus.
Yeah.
Didn't maintain your lanes, didn't really pursue the tackle aggressively.
They're going to pass the ball. And it's going to fall. Did he catch it?
No, he did. Bounced off of
yeah.
the coach or something on the sidelines.
So just a quick out. Tries to get to around the 40-yard line. Falls incomplete.
He was looking. And that's another thing I see. They obviously don't pass the ball a whole lot.
No.
Because we've very few times have they passed it. But again, the Tigers have held them, with the exception of that one 52-yard. I won't say it's a 52-yard from their 48. That we've kind of held them mostly in check as far as their run game.
There's the snap. Turn the handoff. We missed a tackle. Missed 2 tackles in the backfield. He'll get to the 40. Gain of 5, but we missed him twice in the backfield.
Well, Jeremiah Holston had him the first time, and I couldn't see. I don't know if his Boykin had him the second time, but Devin Hill finished him up after a 3-yard gain. No, 4-yard gain, so it should be 3rd and 6 for Cedartown Bulldogs on the Tigers' 41-yard line.
And we jump off sides.
That was a rare mistake by King Makuta, so instead of being 3rd and 6, it'll be 3rd and 1 now.
So in fact, King's going to step off the field after that one.
So Zy Varner will come in and take a break for him. He just, and Coach Glisson's trying to tell him, man, you're a senior. I expect more discipline out of you than that. Again, key word now is focus. Just stay focused, and that wouldn't have happened.
There's the snap. Hand off into the line. Gain of actually just enough for the first down. And he still got running room down the sideline, going out of bounds near the 23-yard line.
It looked like all the crowd thought he was down, and all of a sudden he pops out, spins it over toward the Cedartown sidelines, inside the 20 down to the 22-yard line. So the Bulldogs, again, we talked about when we went off air, man, we really needed to make that point after touchdown to make it
them go for 2.
Make it an 8-point game. Make them go for 2 if they score another touchdown. Well, they're on the drive now.
Trap play to the left side. They get to the outside. Could go for the score. Down the left side into the end zone. Touchdown, Cedartown.
And, the coaches are over here calling it. As soon as he handed off, he said, score, score. So they've seen, if you look back at the replay, that left side just walled off Devin Hill on the defensive end. Had 2 guys blocking him. Oh, great block on Tyree Carlisle right there. Just totally knocked him out of his pants. So, hey, it's a 1-point ball game again. Troup 13, Cedartown 12. They missed the extra point try the first time, so let's see what they're able to do this time.
Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. It's a tie ball game. 13-13 with 2:35 left to go here in the third quarter of play. What a ball game, folks. Glad you're listening to us right here on Eagle Sports.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Graphics is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Graphics at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek's for all your sporting good needs.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
That was a little bit of breathing room we had when we were up 13-6, and now Cedartown has roared right back after a nice drive.
Here I'm bragging about our run defense, and we let them get a 35-yard, actually a 25-yard return on the kickoff originally because we only kicked it to the 30-yard line. Should have had better coverage than that, and then allowed them to squeak their way down and then finish it off with a final 22-yard touchdown run. So when we've given up plays, we've given up the big plays, Jack.
And we have Mathis is quite the ball player. High kick, short kick in the intermediate area.
Now, see, I'm sorry. I didn't see Mark Anthony Dixon call a fair catch on that one.
I did not either, but the officials are running up there like he did.
And so he looks back, he's like, what? Now, I don't know if there's a rule that, if it doesn't go past 5 yards,
No,
you can't, I'm thinking, what's going on here?
But so the 25 is where the Tigers will have it.
If the call on the field was a fair catch, I don't know what he was looking at, because we watched Mark Anthony. As soon as the ball was kicked, I watched him come up, and he didn't. Of course, I'd love to see the replay. I'm going to go on record saying he didn't do a fair catch.
Well, I tell you, I've been so impressed with that kicker. Just kind of like a little pitch and wedge 9-iron, just put exactly where we're not. On the kicks.
Yeah, you're right about that.
There's a snap, and again we go right back to the handoff. Little trap play in the line, gets to the 30, gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, actually, they're going to give him 6 yards on that one, so it'll be second and, or the worst case, he picks up 5, so 2nd and 5, maybe 2nd and 5 or 4.5. Hey,
you're not going to let me have the 2nd and 4, are you? 2nd and 6.
Well, whatever.
You're going to nickel and dime me on the yard.
Well, I just want to make sure the stats are right.
Yeah, because we keep such good stats. A first down for the Tigers on just a great run.
So number 1 runs over number 1. Tyree looked really good on those 2 successive handoffs. He did look good.
Greg, something I've noticed, and you tell me, it's taken the snap a long time to get back to Kobe. There's a whole lot of movement, and then Kobe's got the ball. Oh, a horse collar. They drag him down the backfield.
Actually, number 2, the line, he's sharp now. Number 2 tackles number 2 on the replay. I don't know that it was a horse collar more than he grabbed the football, like right there. He's grabbing the football, and Kobe's trying to grab it back, and luckily he held on to it, but that'll go as a 2-yard loss for the Tigers.
But I'm just a good shotgun snap should get back there quick.
Well,
but I'm seeing almost a second and a half before he starts to move. Everybody else is moving, and then he starts. Of course, we got moving on the line that time against us.
So that'll back up another 5. So we're shooting ourselves in the foot. And, we've got a different center. Kobe Harry has been in most of the year, but he was kind of pulled his back out of whack a couple of weeks ago. He did play in the LaGrange game a little bit. But so far tonight, he's seen very little action, if any. And so you've got Jay Brody Messer in there at center. And Jay was going to be the starting center at the start of the year, but just was having trouble. If he was high, he was low. But he's been consistent tonight. Maybe it's just he's not getting the zip that Kobe has.
Kobe thinks about running it. Now he's going to throw it. It's going to be short, incomplete, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, again, just Cedartown is really, really doing a good job at just harassing us, creating looks that we're not used to. They've got guys flying all over the field, forcing Kobe to make a throw at your foot, because you got Joko we had 2 guys all over him. The only way he could have thrown it was at his foot, shoestrings, and so that's what happened. And so we're now facing it's 3rd down and 17, and let's see what we got. Okay, so that'll go 3rd down and 22 now because we got another motion on the Tigers.
These penalties are killing us.
With a tie ball game, 13-13. It's 57 seconds to go until the fourth quarter. It's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Now's not the time to be shooting yourself in the foot with and lack of execution.
You know, we've seen this team as we look across their season. They played some really tough opponents hard. There's a snap. Again, Kobe's got to rush on him before he has a chance. Now he throws the ball complete to Jarrell to the 50, and then tackled at the 47-yard line.
That'll be a first down for the Tigers. It was 3rd and 27. That's the same play now. Kobe goes and he's creating havoc on it, for the defense now. It's kind of turning the game on him. He's creating space. He runs and he sees Jarrell, one of his checkoff receivers, in a great place, no man's land. Nobody's on him. He's able to catch the reception and pick up a first down.
We needed that one to kind of keep this thing moving.
Absolutely.
Kobe back to pass. Not a lot of pressure on him. Going to swing it out to Carlisle on the flats.
Nice
Makes
move.
a man miss to the 40. Runs over another man. Still on his feet to the 35. Slung down finally out of bounds.
And they're getting in each other's face. Number 2's got something to talk about. Now he's going to get a flag. That'll tack on another 15 yards. And again, it was just Tyree got up and didn't say anything. Their number 2 started running his, bumping his gums. And
Kobe Pryor is that young man's name.
And that's going to get you another 15. So the Tigers, 2 big plays here. A nice catch by Jarrell Smith and for a first down. Carlisle had a nice move in the backfield and just runs over number 10. And number 2 gets him and throws him out of bounds. And
oh, no. Offset again.
Well, what happened is Carlisle got up. I saw the replay. He's getting up, and his momentum, he's looking up, and his helmet hits number 2 in the chest. And so, but number 2 may have said something. Tyree may have said something back. Flag goes. So to no avail. Tigers have it inside the 40-yard line down to the 38 of Cedartown. It'll be 2nd and 2 as there's 20 seconds left and the clock's running. Play clock's at 16. Yeah, it's perfect time with
they're right on
with
time
the game
with each other.
clock.
Kobe to the handoff. Across the 35 to the 30, down to the 29-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
Clock will stop as they move the chains inside the 30 down to the 29. If they want to run another play with 5 seconds left, they pretty much got to get up under center and spike the football, and they're not going to run another play.
Yep. That'll end the third quarter play. We got a tie ball game. We got 2 teams that are fighting tooth and nail in this one. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Hey, it's Mike. My team just pulled off the biggest upset ever. Nice, Mike. And some fans are getting crazy. They even flipped over a car. Whoa. Turns out it's my car, though. Oh. But I don't want to be upset right now. I want to know State Farm's going to take care of this, right? We got you covered, Mike. Yes! Woo!
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Your State Farm agent is Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. 13-13 is your score. Gids is making sure that the kids are getting picked up, encouraging all the parents to get phone calls so we can get these kids picked up at the end of the ball game so we don't have a lot of them left over. Coach is still talking to the players on both sides of the field. The Tigers driving right now. As we mentioned, it's a tie ball game. We're starting the fourth quarter of play. We'll try to get Greg back down the sideline to finish this ball game up for us. And we'll see what happens. Tigers break the huddle. They make their way back to the line of scrimmage there on the far hash. Moving left to right on the field. Trips to this near side, single receiver to the far side. Hudson will take it. Turn and handoff, following his block. Cuts to the outside, is Carlisle to the 20. Finding all the way down to the 15-yard line. Another first down for the Tigers.
I believe Carlisle should have kept running the football to the sidelines. He did get a first down. They'll move the chains. He's inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. So it'll be still get a first down inside the 10 at the 7. The Tigers on another roll as we start the fourth quarter.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. We dropped the ball. Hudson could be dragged down in the backfield. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Just a little bit of problem with the snap.
Last series, Jack.
Yeah, we have been, Greg. They're just not zipping it back there. That time a little low. So Carlisle will come off the field. Williams will step back in. He'll go to his right. Actually, I think that may be Nick Ligon in there. And Kobe's just going to call his own number straight up the field, get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
You know, as I make my way down the stands, down the stairs, you get the feeling that the fans are getting a little bit concerned here, start of the fourth quarter. There's some rumblings as if, man, we got to score. They're just getting a little nervous here.
Tigers check to the sideline, look at their coaches to get the call. Now they're back to the line of scrimmage. Twins left and right. Hudson will call for it. Low snap. Good pickup block in the backfield. Thrown to the end zone. Going up high. Did he bring it down? Touchdown, Tigers!
Kobe Hudson on a scramble toward the Troup sidelines. Sees Joko Willis about 8 yards deep in the end zone and just stops up, throws it. Joko has to jump up about 3 feet, pulls it down for a Tiger touchdown with 10:32 left in this ball game, or at least until the end of the fourth quarter. The way it's tied up, you don't know. 19-13, awaiting the PAT from Helson Martinez.
An important extra point here. Tigers will line up for it. And here it comes. Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. So 20-13 is our score, with the Tigers leading. 10:32 left to go in the fourth quarter, as you're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
All right, so the Tigers make their way back on the field. Martinez will set the ball just to the left of center at the 40-yard line.
So instead of taking the guys back inside the 10, they've moved their 3 receivers to the 15, 7. They're going to be closer to the 20. So now's a perfect chance if Martinez can get it maybe down to the 9-yard line.
Officials whistling that dead as the Tigers will call a timeout. Coach didn't like what he saw, so he takes a timeout. We're going to take one as well.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We'll catch you when we come back. 20-13 is your score in favor of the Tigers. 60 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports.
Have you gotten your flu shot? Now is the time. Holmes Pharmacy is the place to get your flu shot. And if you have insurance, it could be free. So don't wait. Drive right up to Holmes Pharmacy and get your flu shot today at Commerce Avenue in LaGrange, inside the Piggly Wiggly at Lee's Crossing, and in Hamilton. And if your doctor feels you need a high-dose flu shot, Holmes Pharmacy has you covered.
Hi, I'm Perry Prather, pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy. We have your flu shot ready, so come see me or any of my fine staff at Holmes Pharmacy today.
Hey folks, TODD, Todd Parrish here with Kia LaGrange. This October we're going pink for breast cancer awareness. For each new car sold, we'll be donating a portion of our sales to Hope for a Day. This month's featured vehicle is a 2019 Kia Forte FE6 speed. And yep, it's a rule breaker, a limit pusher. It's style and value rolled into fun. Drive out in yours today for only $15,988. Shop our complete inventory at any time online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Stock number 110922. Price plus tax, tag, and title. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football as Martinez will kick the ball off from the 40. Best kick today, back at the 9, 15 to the 20. Tigers converging on him, going to bring him down short of the 25 to the 24-yard line. A lot of movement by that young man. He does a good job of almost bringing him down.
Well, good job by Helson Martinez. Remember I said that we need to get it back inside the 9? These guys are up on about the 18-yard line. He kicks it over their head. The guy that caught it on about the 9 as he's going back. He runs it back up to the 3-yard line, but that gave the Tigers plenty of time to get down and trap the guy for a tackle. So 10-24 in the fourth quarter, and the Bulldogs take over at the 24-yard line.
They break the huddle, make their way back to the line of scrimmage. 10-24 left to go. 20-13 in favor of the Tigers. Cedartown battling these Tigers tonight. Man in motion from the far side. Hudson throws just a quick pass to the inside with a little slant pass. It'll fall incomplete. Bring up 2nd down and 10.
You know, that pass was successful in the first half, but he throws it down below the knees where only his kid can catch it. And he's got a rifle for an arm. I'd like to bounce off him into the hands of a Tiger, so it'll be 2nd down.
Once more to the line of scrimmage come the Bulldogs. Twins right, man wide to the steer side, a wing to the left. Offset pistol. Quarterback fakes the handoff, throws it to the outside, and glad that went out of bounds because I think that was more of a lateral than a pass, Greg.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm standing down here on the 15-yard line, and Makuta came across at 6'4", 6'5", against a 5'10" guy, and he throws his arms up, and the quarterback just threw it in the direction, so there's no way he could see where his receiver was, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
So Coach Glisson trying to get this crowd up on their feet, get excited about this big 3rd down, and this is a big 3rd down. Chance to get the guys fired up. And here we go. Taj Hudson back to pass, doesn't have a lot of time. Complete to the 30, and he'll get the 1st down and more, angling out of bounds. Actually cuts back inside, and he's going to be tackled from behind. At the 40, they're going to walk him up to the 47. And that's just a well-executed play by Cedartown.
You know, just when we talk about they're not having much success throwing the football, man, he almost knocks his receiver down, but sure enough, he catches it and gets a 1st down just when we need him not to catch it, not get that 1st down.
What quick release by the quarterback Hudson that time, too. He'll stand back there. He'll have running backs to his left and right. He'll hand the ball off into the line. They're going to get about 5-6 out of this one. Short of the 45. Mathis again, quite the ball carrier, quite the runner. Hard to bring down. They'll change things up. Huddle and make their way back to the line of scrimmage. Ball resting.
Jordan Adams on the tackle at that time.
Taji Hudson, the quarterback for Cedartown. Calls his cadence. Makes a quick handoff into the line. It's going to be number 4, the ball carrier this time. That's Mathis. It seems like that's all they want to carry the ball in this series as he gets another 1st down for Cedartown.
He is a good little runner. I'm standing here on the sidelines watching him, but I'm also looking at the smallness of the offensive line. They're not huge at all. We're so much bigger than them, but Cedartown's got a lot of fight, and they're coming right back at us. And again, the Tigers defense should have got out of that, need to get out of it now. There's no way we need to let these Cedartown Bulldogs score again.
There's the handoff. One more time into the line, gain of about 4, 2nd and 6.
Again, they're just nothing fancy other than just take it right up the line and just getting their offensive linemen to gang up on 1 or 2 guys. But we've got to create something on the defense to have them get them, make a loss of yardage or what have you. But something's got to give right now. We can't let them keep getting 3, 4, 5 yards at a punch.
Second down. They tighten things up a little bit at the line of scrimmage. He's back to pass. He fakes to the outside, goes all the way. Actually, he's going to get hit and not get a chance to get the ball off.
Finally, Kevin Martin comes through on a stunt, gets the quarterback. When we talk about needing a loss, and we've got about an 8-yard loss, from the line of scrimmage, it'll bring it back. Actually, a loss of 7. Should spot the ball back on about the 44-yard line. Be 3rd down and 14.
Here we go. Hudson puts a man in motion. not very far, just kind of right back behind the center. He'll be the leading blocker as the handoff this time is to number 2. Is dragged down from behind. The ball carrier that time is Pryor.
Good job by Jace Godwin. They found a hole on the right side and almost got their yardage back for a first down. It's going to turn out to be 4th down and 4, and the Bulldogs got no reason. They might as well go for it.
You're exactly right, Greg. Clock ticked down to 7:20. 20-13 is the score, and Cedartown's got to go for it. This is a big stand for this Tiger defense. They need to make sure they're disciplined, though. That focus word you used, as we talked about it in halftime, don't jump off sides. Don't let the moment get you. In fact,
it's like Cedartown's going to call a timeout and think about this.
Yeah, they need this first down badly, so they'll take 30. They take timeout. We take one as well. 60 seconds back to the station right here on Eagle Sports.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek Team Sales for all your sporting good needs.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagle Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. As the Tigers are leading this one 20-13. 7:07 left to go in this contest. They'll make their way back to the line of scrimmage. Tigers defense has got to really shore up here, as the Cedartown Bulldogs would like nothing more than to get a first down out of there. 4th and 4. Again,
they got to get up to down to the 30-yard line.
They make the call. They're going to pass the ball, throw the ball down the field. And it's going to be batted away, and the Tigers are going to get the ball back after Cedartown fails to get the first down.
They go back to that slant that's been working for them, and they got the same guy, number 5, go back to the same slant, the same play they ran last time. That they was 4th down, and they picked up that, or the 3rd down, and they picked up that first down on that long pass completion. Tigers take over. Huge turnover by the Tigers. Huge defensive stands by the Tigers as they'll take over on the 34-yard line, heading west.
Trips to this near side. It's a hand off the line. Follow the wave. Just about a yard on that one, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, he tries on the left side over there behind Messer and Hubbard. And gains maybe a half a yard, so 2nd down and 9 that we really need to. And we don't, with such a momentum swing, Jack, we definitely don't need to do 3 and out.
Need to get this offense moving. Kobe's going to pass the ball, and it's going to fall incomplete. He had a man wide open go around the left side.
And it just looked like, again, Hudson just kind of nonchalantly tossed it out there with his sidearm again. And it's like if he'd have just taken an extra second. He had plenty of protection. I don't know that he wouldn't have made that completion, but he had Thrash 4 yards behind the corner. Would have been an easy 6 for the Tigers.
Again, trips to this near side. Man wide to the left side. Hudson stands on the 30 as he calls for it. And nothing going on that play, so we are going to be looking at 4th down. Just not a lot happening there. Just not a sense of urgency
of the offense. What we didn't want to do is do a 3 and out, and it looks like we're going to turn around and do a 3 and out. And we would have loved to picked up a first down. He had Thrash again open on that particular route. Was down the sidelines. He just kind of threw it over his head on the out of bounds marker about 4 or 5 yards. So Tigers looking to go 3 and out and punt the ball is not what we'd wanted to do.
Still a lot of time in this ball game. 6:30 left to go. 20-13 in favor of the Tigers. Low snap, but we get the kickoff. High, short. Really need a Tiger bounce. It takes a huge Cedartown bounce back to the 50. So really, Greg, that's 5, 10, 15 yards is all we got out of that punt.
Well, and you're right. It goes back to that back in the first half, and we talked about how we did the same thing. We were 3 and out, and then we held Cedartown 3 and out, and we picked up a good 15 yards on that transition. We really lost about 8 yards on that transition, if you will. We had such momentum. not to be able to pick up a first down and sustain a drive is tough. Now you got to call on your defense one more time to step it up.
So from the 50-yard line, here they come. Tajee Hudson is their quarterback. He'll call for the shotgun snap. Quickly hand the ball off. He pops to the outside. Hard running by the on the part of Mathis, number 4. He'll get about 4 yards up the field, 2nd and 6.
You know, they found a lot of success on their right side running the ball. Jatavian Smith on the tackle for the Tigers.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Comes Cedartown. Slot receiver to the right side. And they're going back to the handoff. Good job running the ball. Got to tackle better than that, do the Tigers, as it's Kobe Pryor, the ball carrier. He'll get the first down across the 40.
You know, and I think Pryor and 5 go both ways. You know, you don't see that a lot of teams. But, man, these guys are not running out of steam. They're still just hammering up down the side, up down the field. So, you know, give them credit, man. They're in good shape.
Really need to shore things up as we got 1st and 10 for Cedartown. Back to the running game. Mathis pops to the outside. Very elusive. Picks up about 3, 2nd and 7.
Tackle was made by Kevin Martin and Jatavian Smith on that. But like you said, after a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6. 5:08 left in this contest. You know, hey, it's only up by 7. The Tigers up 20-13.
He's got a really good first move, Greg, as he comes across that line of scrimmage.
He will do just like Kobe Hudson. He will juke you in a step.
Here they come once again. Same formation they've had for the last 3 plays. Same play just about as they go just off the left side. This time they're met with a little more resistance. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
The way they run into football reminds me of St. Pius last year in the 2nd round of the state playoffs, where they just sweep right, sweep left, up the middle, and they just kind of crowd in and follow their blockers and hope they'll pick up 3, 4, 5 yards at a time.
They look to the sideline, get the call. 3rd and 4 as you hear Chance Giddens in the background, firing up this crowd, firing up these kids. Twins to the right, single receiver to this near side, 3 backs in the backfield. Tigers. They're going to hand the ball to Mathis. Mathis going to the right, gets the first down, will go out of action down the sideline, but he does step out of bounds. Let's see where they mark him.
They have brought Kobe Hudson in to play the right corner. So we're talking about going both ways, and he's trying to chase it down. And you can see Makuta trying to turn it on real fast and keep him from getting that first down. But they're going to get a first down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line is where they'll spot the football.
I would sweep the ball every play with this offensive line. They do a good job of getting to the outside and just kind of a wave going around that right side. Here they come again. Hand off to the left side. And a great tackle in the interior of the line. A gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Well, Jordan Adams, along with Khalif Thornton, just really crowded up in there, allowing Nick Ligon to make a tackle and really a Boykin and a host of other tacklers. So that maybe move the yards maybe by the length of a football. Still 2nd down and 10.
Big play here. 3rd down. Excuse me, not 3rd down. 2nd down. 3:35 left to go. 20-13 in favor of the Tigers. The quarterback's going to keep the ball and be driven back to the 20.
Excellent job in the backfield initially by Jordan Adams. Let me make sure I got, Jatavian Smith. Give Jatavian Smith credit. He blitzed in from his linebacker position, caught the quarterback in the backfield, and allowed other Tigers to come in and make the tackle. That's a loss of 2 back to the 19, between the 19 and 20-yard line is where they'll spot the football.
3rd and
Huge
11.
3rd down play again, Jack.
Yeah, 3rd and 11 now for Cedartown. They'll put 2 receivers to the right side. Single back in the backfield with the quarterback, Hudson. Hudson, back to pass. Looking, he's got some pressure. They're going to get hold of him, and they're going to sack him. Sack him at the 20-yard line, so 4th down now.
Good job by Andy Boykin. Boykin got in the backfield and really showed some aggression by grabbing a quarterback, not letting him go. Khalif Thornton and Jordan Adams comes in and finishes him off. gets back to the line of scrimmage. Boykin had him about 4 yards deep. Was able to get him back to the line of scrimmage. So 4th and 12 for Cedartown.
A field goal does them no good. And so a timeout called by the Tigers as they're looking at this 4th and 11. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. 10 seconds, excuse me, left to go in this contest in regulation. 20-13 is your score. Let's take 30 seconds back to the station. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Hey folks, TLBD, Todd Parrish here with Kia LaGrange. This October we're going pink for breast cancer awareness. For each new car sold, we'll be donating a portion of our sales to Hope for a Day. This month's featured vehicle is a 2019 Kia Forte FE 6-speed. And yep, it's a rule breaker, a limit pusher. It's style and value rolled into fun. Drive out in yours today for only $15,988. Shop our complete inventory at any time online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Stop number 110922. Price plus tax, tag, and title. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
All right, a big play, probably the biggest play of the ball game from the defensive side. 4th and 11.
You know, it's this kind of game that gets y'all tensed up when you know Cedartown is not going away. That's a tough Bulldog team out of Cedartown, Georgia. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Your Tigers up 20-13. As you said, Jack, huge play for the defense right now. They've got to hold them.
Stands on both sides on their feet. Taji Hudson, the quarterback for Cedartown, stands behind his center. He'll call for it. He's back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He throws it to the end zone. It goes over his head. The fall incomplete. And the Tiger defense has held, and the Tiger offense will make their way back onto the field.
You know, we talked about that throwing game that they've got. It's not very good. They hurt us on a couple of times to get a first down, but on that particular one, you could just see it was kind of out of the range of their quarterback. Well, he had no choice but to throw it 5 yards in the back corner of the end zone. Actually went out of bounds by 5 yards, so good job in coverage out there by Carlisle and Jace Godwin. And that'll bring over the football to the Tigers, and they just got to maintain control. Need to get a first down, though, for sure.
Boykin comes off limping as the Tigers will run the ball up the middle of the field. First down yardage across the 30. So not a bad way to go.
The right side behind J. Brody Messer and Hunter Bass, and is able to pick up a first down. That's what we're talking about. You just need to keep moving the football like that. Keep that clock running.
Interesting that Cedartown has not stopped the clock. Minute 47, 46. Tigers will let the play clock go all the way down to 10 seconds now. Continues to go down. Down to 6, 5. And now we start the offense. Handoff on the right side. They hit us, and we get about 3 out of this.
Cedartown's going to call timeout.
There's their timeout. Cedartown has one more timeout, if I'm reading the clock correctly. 1:31 left here on this contest, 20-13. And Greg, we'll keep it here. Because I
think Tommy has jinxed this receiver.
That's very possible. He could have gone out to the medicine cabinet and gotten the wrong prescription.
Well, 1:31 to go. Huge region contest. If we can somehow make sure we secure this win, that'll guarantee us a second seed in the region. So it'll get us a first-round playoff at the least. Now our sights should be set on Central next week. And then, of course, hopefully going into Cartersville with 9-0 record. However, we still got 1:31 seconds left. And as we know, these pesky Bulldogs are not going away.
Tigers back to the line of scrimmage. This offense earning its keep right now as the defense has played a great ball game today. Quickly, didn't even give Cedartown a chance to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tigers going around the right side. Kobe calls his own number. He'll get a first down, but he does go out of bounds. That'll stop the clock.
Thrash was throwing a stalk block down the field, and Hudson almost could get on the sidelines to get around him. And had he done that, it'd have been lights out.
Well, the ball rests now at the 47-yard line. Tigers go back to the formation formation they've been running the pass a little bit. Hand off to the left side. It'll be number 3, Williams. He'll get about a yard out of that one, and that'll stop the clock, and they'll use their last timeout.
So Trey Williams goes off to the left side behind Gabe Hubbard. And Gabe's so big, he really can't see a spot, so he just slides up under Gabe's legs to try to get a yard out of it. Kind of a unusual technique for trying to gain a yard.
Well, they say follow your block, I guess. So they're going to try to do that. Minute 19.
And they say, they also say if your blocker's not moving, run up his back. But we're talking about Trey Williams versus Gabe Hubbard. That ain't going to happen.
No, I don't think so. As we were saying, minute 19 left to go in this contest. 20-13. And, Greg, I got to give a lot of credit to the Cedartown team. They have played really, really well on both offense and defense. They've moved the ball, especially with the running game. Surprised us on a couple of pass plays, taking advantage of mistakes we've made tonight. But the Tigers have every chance to prevail if we could get probably just one more. Actually, if we get one more first down, it's over. But more than likely, we can run the clock. Kobe takes it. He's going to student body right. Across the 50, fighting his way, carrying guys, goes out of bounds. Come on, Kobe, don't go out of bounds, but he does.
Actually, it was one of those motions where he had the tacklers pushing him out of bounds and stops the clock. But we talk about Cedartown Bulldogs. Nobody, unless it's just your general fan, nobody with any kind of football knowledge would have ever underestimated Cedartown, especially when Cartersville had to win the ball game in the last 3 minutes of the game. They knew there was going to be a dogfight when Cedartown came to town.
The referee had run the clock, but now they've come an official timeout as he's on his way to the other side to check in with the coach over there. I thought we had run out of bounds. We'll stop the clock until the ball is snapped. I think there may be a question of whether that's a first down or not. I think the far judge is looking at it.
Well, they've got a long way to go if they're going to measure. He's calling the first down.
All right, well, that's ball game.
Well, you're right. With no timeouts left, all we got to do is go to the victory formation and take a knee.
There's 52 seconds left to go. I'm not sure if they're going to put one more on. Nope, they're going to roll the clock. 51-50. You
see they're going up tight.
Yep. Snap, Kobe's going to step back and take a knee at the 50-yard line. So from a stat side, he's losing yardage. But I think he'll be happy to lose those few yards.
Let's say it depends on when they roll their arm. Let's see what happens. There's 29 seconds.
If he gets down to
they'll
25.
Wait just another second or two.
Ball game.
That's it.
There's 25 seconds on the clock. There's 22 now. 22 on the play clock, and that'll do it. The Tigers are going to walk off the field, and they're going to win this ball game against, again, a very tough Cedartown Bulldog team. And they got to feel good about this win tonight, Greg.
Well, that's what I was just telling Matt Livingston on the sidelines here. We'll take it no matter how ugly it is. But like Coach will tell us, hey, we won the second half, and you got to respect Cedartown. Like I said, they gave Cartersville, we know all about Cartersville. They gave Cartersville all they could handle, and Cartersville had to come back and win that ball game in the last 3 minutes. You want to talk about nervous fans in that game. Hey, these fans, I told you earlier, coming out when I was coming back down to the field, you just sensed that they were a little bit nervous. So we needed this kind of ball game, I promise you.
Congratulations to the Tigers tonight on a big win, 20-13. We'll talk about this more when we come back right now. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Hey folks, TLDD, Todd Parrish here with Keela Grange. This October we're going pink for breast cancer awareness. For each new car sold, we'll be donating a portion of our sales to Hope for a Day. This month's featured vehicle is a 2019 Kia Forte FE 6-speed. And yep, it's a rule breaker, a limit pusher. It's style and value rolled into fun. Drive out in yours today for only $15,988. Shop our complete inventory at any time online at KeelaGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Stock number 110922. Price plus tax, tag, and title. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows. No matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years. And how it will be for generations to come.
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Graphics is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rawlings, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Graphics at 706-884-5592. Mud Creek's for all your sporting good needs.
A Southern tradition since 1945, that's Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House. You can find them at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So when you're ready for lunch, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., come to Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for meat, 2 vegetables, and a bread, dessert, and drink for only $7.29. That's a big lunch for a small price. So when you're ready for a delicious barbecue and only U.S. farm-raised catfish, make your way to 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange for Rogers Barbecue and Catfish House for a great meal.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back. The Troup High School Tigers have won this one 20-13. Talk about the scoring in the second half. It was a tight ball game, folks, all night long. As we went to halftime, the Tigers were up in the ball game, but just 7-6.
See if we can get a word with Coach Glisson.
Okay, Greg, if you got that.
Yeah, let's do it.
They quickly break the huddle.
Congratulations on your win. Wow, what a game.
Thank you. I appreciate it. If you look, with Rockmart and Bremen and Cartersville, those guys were in every ball game all the way to the last series, last play. They've been a thorn in our side for a couple of years now. It's a hard-nosed, tough off to Cedartown. And we got to win games like that. We lost that game last year. Just like that, we lost that football game. I think it shows a little maturity on our part. And we'll go back and we'll see the film, and I'm sure there's some things we didn't do well. And but we're 8-0. We tied a school record, so we're one of the only teams in Troup history to be 8-0.
Yes, sir, brother. And you got second seed for sure. Yeah. All we need to do is go and take care of business next week, and we'll roll into Cartersville for the region championship, which is going to be I don't want to get ahead of myself. We got to take care of Central.
Well, we got to take care of that business, but I also want to say thank you to the Troup Nation. They came out, they supported these seniors. These seniors, I said it on Facebook this week, the seniors got a lot of guts. This football team's got a lot of guts, and it might be a good October, November. We just got to keep back.
Lord. All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right, Coach Glisson in there with Greg. Good comments at this ball game. It's a big win by the Tigers, 20-13. We'll talk about the way we scored in the second half, and we'll wrap things up here from Callaway Stadium as you're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Hey folks, TLDD, Todd Parrish here with Kia LaGrange. This October we're going pink for breast cancer awareness. For each new car sold, we'll be donating a portion of our sales to Hope for a Day. This month's featured vehicle is a 2019 Kia Forte FE 6-speed. And yep, it's a rule breaker, a limit pusher. It's style and value rolled into fun. Drive out in yours today for only $15,988. Shop our complete inventory at any time online at KiaLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Slot number 110922. Price plus tax, tag, and title. See Kia LaGrange for complete details.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. Rogers Barbecue in LaGrange has been locally owned since 1945, and they have daily lunch specials for only $7.29, and that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night from 5 to close is all-you-can-eat ribs, and Thursday's all-you-can-eat catfish, and with their Brundrick stew is famous throughout the region. They proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish, so dine in or use a convenient drive-thru Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. So come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service. Bravo! It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service. Some might call that old school. But then again, maybe everything old is new again. kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Mallory Agency at MalloryAgency.com. For all your insurance needs, it's the Mallory Agency.
It is sell down time at Nissan of LaGrange. Richard Cates here, General Manager with Nissan of LaGrange, and it is time to start moving out all of our 2018 inventory to make room for the 2019s. That means the best savings of the year are taking place right now. Have you been hesitant to look because you're waiting for the perfect time? Well, now is your chance. You can visit Nissan of LaGrange on the Parkway or check us out where we are always open at nissanoflagrange.com. Visit soon to receive great pricing and the great experience our customers have come to expect. Nissan of LaGrange, your friendliest hometown dealer.
Now back to the field for Troup Tigers football on the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football, a big region win for the Tigers, 20-13. As Coach Glisson was mentioning, one of the few Tiger teams in its history to go 8-0. Two big ball games still to go as we go to finish out the season. Looking over to Cartersville, a big win for them against Chapel Hill, 51-0. So they continue to be undefeated as well. Tonight, the Tigers were just, I tell you what, I'm just so proud of the way that they continue to battle back, even though Cedartown never gave up in this contest. As we were up 7-6 as we went into halftime. Tigers got the ball, were unable to do a whole lot with it. Cedartown came back, they punted the ball. Tigers from the 50 got the ball, drove down, and then Kobe Hudson was able to get into the end zone on the left side, scored 13-6. But then we were unable to hit the extra point, and so we were just there at that 13-6. Of course, as we mentioned, Cedartown had missed an extra point earlier in the ball game. Cedartown.
Hey,
go ahead, Greg.
No, I just got some news from Chip Meadows. He said Callaway goes up to Heard County and loses on a Hail Mary last second. Heard County beats Callaway.
Wow.
I thought I would share that with you.
Okay, Greg. Hate that for our friends across the way. Have been playing an excellent season. But Heard County, that's a rivalry. That's a big rivalry between those two teams. Cedartown, again, had the ball, 2:35. They drove down and were able to put the ball into the end zone. 13-13 after they hit their extra point was the score. Tied up, and, as we think about the ball game, as they took on Cartersville early in the season, they were leading that ball game late. Cartersville, we mentioned a little while ago, had to come back with a big pass to win that ball game. So the Tigers had the daunting task of trying to win this one. Going into the fourth quarter, the Tigers drive down a big pass to Joko Willis, and then Hudson's able to put it in. 20-13 was the score. We got the extra point, and we just were able to hold them out a couple of times. Cedartown drove the ball. On a fourth down, we were able to stop them. Another fourth down, able to stop them. Just keep them from getting the end zone. They've driven all the way down inside the 30-yard line into the red zone, but we were able to stop them and then get the first downs that we needed across the 50 to go away with the win. 20-13 is your final score. We're going to step aside one more time. We come back, we'll wrap things up. We'll get final thoughts from Greg, and we'll look to next week as the Tigers will be traveling to Carrollton to take on Central of Carroll County. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Hi, football fans. Jonathan Moose Map here from Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. We love this time of year with all the excitement of football, and we also love that Glenn Smith can play a part in supporting high school sports. We support the team, the coaches, the band, the cheerleaders, and of course the families and the fans. At Glenn Smith, we're proud to be your local Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer with over 500 new and used vehicles every day.